Yes, guys, how is everyone? Welcome back to the show. Hope everyone's doing well on this. I'm trying to where we are. Where are we? What day is it? Is it Thursday? Thursday afternoon? I can't bloody remember. Big up to everyone. I know everyone's doing really well today. And yeah, we're going to look at Liverpool's pre-season. We'll be checking out Liverpool's pre-season this summer. Looking at the players that are back in training. Obviously, we got Man United. In a week's time? Just over a week's time. Was it next week Tuesday? So yeah, interesting. Oh, next Tuesday, sorry. So yeah, interesting stuff coming up on the show. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, don't forget, guys, all the good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the like button if you've not hit the like button already. It's really important, as I keep saying, but the like button. As soon as you come in, guys, make sure you hit that like button as soon as you come in. It is really important to the channel. It does really, really help us more than you might think. So yeah, smash the like button up for us, guys. I do appreciate it. Yeah, and share the stream if you've not. Share it out to your friends. Subscribe. All the good stuff. All the good stuff. Let's hit the comments. Raging Pot in the house. Hit the like. Copites. Big up, Raging Pot. How you doing, my friend? Hello from the other side. Big up, Lakers. How you doing, mate? Everyone's going well over your end. Amazing signing a new Gomez signing a new deal. Yes, we're going to talk about Joey G. Not in the Forest and talks to sign Nico. Yeah, a lot going on. Well to Liverpool at the moment. Big up John Conway, the living legend. Big up Ali. How you doing, mate? Big up Jamie. Great news on Joey G signing a new contract and Nico going to Forest, 60 million, raising up to 20. Yes. Big up Asa Hoff. Yeah, it's Thursday. I just lose track of days, man. Just lose track of days. Tuesday the 12th. Yeah, so that's this come. What's the day today? Thursday the 7th. So yeah, it's Tuesday, isn't it? This Tuesday coming. Interesting. It's gonna be good. Big up Niall as well. Ilias, big up yourself, my friend. There was interest in Joey G from Villa, but he wants to stay at Liverpool. Great news. Yeah, Joey ain't going nowhere. Lunch is now eaten. I did eat a Scotch egg. Afternoon, Jamie. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well 6 times. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a reasonably good day, isn't it, guys? It's a reasonably good day. Boris Johnson's resigning as Prime Minister, so we finally got rid of the idiot. So yeah, it's not turning into a pretty decent day. Andrew in the house. Looks like things are going to get worse for United. Chelsea have burst in the race of De Jong. Oh, Chelsea in the race of De Jong. Interesting afternoon, Jamie. Hope you and your family have a good one. Seen the amount of players Dortmund have signed. Yeah, Dortmund are signing them players up, and then they'll lose them all in 2 years. It's just the way. It's the way they work. It's the way they work. Who will be the Prime Minister now, mate? Want the 20? Fuck knows. I don't know. Probably an idea. Yeah, it's official. It's just coming in. Boris resigns as Prime Minister. Woo! Get the party poppers out. The only problem is it still means the Tories are in charge. But Boris Johnson they're clapping his resignation and says the man was a joke. Oh, I hate Boris Johnson. What a prat. Yeah, so he's finally gone. The world is getting better. The world is sorting itself out. But yeah, guys, so we're talking about Liverpool and their pre-season today, guys. Also, any questions you guys have in the chat that you want to ask me, anything Liverpool related, you can obviously ask in the live chat as well. Tomorrow's live stream is a Q&A session. So tomorrow at 12:30, I am doing a live Q&A. So if you've got questions and you really want to think of them, come on tomorrow's show, guys. 12:30. It's a live Q&A show. Should be interesting. You can ask me anything you want. I don't care. Ask me anything you want, and we'll have a good time tomorrow. Jamie, did you watch the boys from the Black Stuff last night? Jamie, no, I haven't watched it just yet, mate. I ain't watched it just yet. Oh, I've been so busy, The kids. My little boy was sick last night, so he just had a tummy bug. He's fine now. You know when kids just get these bloody tummy bugs. It's at school, I tell you. School. They go to school, they catch everything. Yeah, little tummy bugs, they weren't. As a Scotsman, don't really care. Yeah, exactly. Big up Lakers. Good mate, as your family. I'm doing well. They're doing well, Lakers. They're doing well. Big up to you. Psychedelic scientist in the house. Hi, Jamie. Hope all well. I had a question. Have you been to Anfield before or any away games? Yeah, I've been to Anfield. Been to away games. Been to both, my friend. Been to both. I'm hoping to go back to Anfield this season. I'm hoping to go. I'm going to Liverpool. I'm going to Liverpool for my birthday, so that looks like something that might be happening. We booked the hotel donkeys ago, so yeah, around the 1st of August, around my birthday, I will be in Liverpool. So yeah, if anyone wants to meet up with me and all that and say hi and all that, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, I'll be in Liverpool for the first week of August. So a few days in August, I think between the 1st and the 4th, 1st and the 3rd, something like that. Just a few days up in Liverpool. We usually go every summer. I haven't been for about 18 months now, 2 years because of the pandemic. But yeah, I'll be up there this August, guys. So if anyone's in Liverpool around the 1st of August and you want to come and meet up, you're more than welcome, guys. I have one word for Boris, and The Rock used to say this, and finally, Big Sam take over as PM. Breaking news. Yeah, did anyone see that picture? Mickey Quinn put it out on Twitter, didn't he? Sorry, Lilo, it's okay. You and he says tonsillitis a few times. Yeah, it's just schools, man. They pass so much shit around, don't they? Joey Gomez's new deal will take him to at least 2027, which could result in at least 12 years of service at Liverpool if he sees that duration of his contract. Big up Joey G. There's no reason for him to either. Joey G ain't going nowhere. I love the bloke. Tories would have lost the election. If a bodge job was still in charge. Yeah, I mean, you know, we all know them 70 and 80-year-olds love Boris. Savage in the ass. Big up Jay in the chat. Everyone's keeping good and healthy. Don't know about the healthy bit, Savage, but you know. I mean, you don't want to know how many sugars are in his tea for starters. No, generally, if our city could merge with yours, we would. Yeah, so true. That is so true. Hang on, I've still got my WhatsApp on my computer, and sometimes that makes me lag. Let me just take my WhatsApp off my computer, because that makes me lag sometimes. So let's get rid of that. Big up Savage, Mr. Conway. That's awesome. I love going to Liverpool. What was the best game you've been to? I saw us beat City at the Etihad. We won 3-2. Torres scored. It was ages ago. I remember that game. Oh, the last game I went to, I'm trying to remember. I think it was Seville Champions League. Game. Yeah. It's been a while. Jamie, I have an idea for your shows. If you can't make it, Savage could take some of your shows if you can't do them. I mean, what does Savage think of that? I mean, Savage is basically my co-host anyway. You know what I mean? You guys don't know how much he does for me behind the scenes. He's a great friend. Mickey Quinn is my cousin, by the way. He was at one of my family members' weddings years ago. Oh, big up Andrew. Obviously the same surname. Big up Andrew. Big up Daz. How you doing, my man? Chris Kamara's there's been a resignation. Jeff, don't know. It just walked out. Big up Chris Kamara, living legend. Big up Savage, hope you're good, healthy. One snake leaves and another will be in the den by hashtag by Boris. I should just do a political stream and just put hashtag Tories, hashtag Boris, hashtag by Boris. Probably get 1 million views. I did like Nicola Sturgeon right until she broke the rules. I can't stand Nicola Sturgeon either. They're all the same, ain't they? They're all snakes. Hope Gomez actually gets playing time next season when he's fully fit. Arguably the best partnership for Virgil van Dijk. That is very true. Virgil van Dijk, and you could arguably say the best defensive season we had is when Virgil van Dijk and Gomez partnered each other. I think Virgil has gone on the record and said that Joe Gomez is his preferred partner at the back because he complements him so well. And the high line, you can play the high line better when you've got both of them. It's just so quick. But my only problem with Joey G, he's not the greatest in the air with his head, is he? That is my only problem with him. Grenache will replace Matip in the next couple of years, and Joey and Ibu fighting for first team spot. Big up, Ruben. How you doing, Ruben? Big up, Savage. When you're next live on your wrestling channel. I'll keep an eye on Savage's channel because he does reactions a lot. So if there's a Raw and a SmackDown or an AEW or anything like that and he needs reacting to, yeah, pull it out, guys. So, yeah, if you're into your wrestling, go and subscribe to Savage as Savage Talks Wrestling, because it's the best independent wrestling YouTube channel out there. You know, he doesn't, you know, you got Coataholic, What Culture, Wrestle Talk, but they have all their agendas on it. Savage don't have an agenda. If he likes something, he likes something. He thinks it's shit, he tell you it's shit. Simple as that. So go and tune into him, guys. Champions League games are different vibes. The energy is amazing. I went to the Benfica game and it was so loud. Big up Psychedelic. Big up Stubbsy, my mate. How you doing, my friend? Don't forget to go and subscribe to Stubbsy. You guys are great, helping him get over 300 subs, by the way. He's on the march to 500 now. So if you're not subbed to him yet, that's the name of his YouTube channel right there, Statman Stubbs Football Channel. If someone can put it in the chat, I'll be thankful. And go and subscribe to him. Big up, Gabriel. How you doing, Gabriel? How you doing, my friend? I like Nicola Sturgeon better when she was in the Crankies. Oh, if you know, you know. Jamie, have you done an Anfield Stadium tour? I am thinking of going. Are they any good? Yes, my man. They're fantastic, especially now. Now they got the new main stand built in, because the tour starts in the main stand and it's massive inside. And the tour starts in there. It's really good. Do it. Yeah, do it. It's worth it. Do it for the museum alone after. Do it for the museum alone after. That museum is amazing, the Liverpool Museum. Do that after, because, you know, the amount of trophies and things that have been won at this club, it's a big old museum, and it's worth it just doing that, because that comes on with your stadium ticket, with your tour ticket. You get both. So it takes you a good couple of hours, 3 hours, and then you got the boot room cafe right inside there as well. So what I tell you, it was me, Ranch, but what I tell you do, go there, do the tour. Tour takes about 45 minutes to an hour. Then go and look at the museum and have a nice walk around that Liverpool Museum. Take your time, walk around it, take it all in, look at all the trophies. They got the Steven Gerrard collection, all this. It's a really good tour. I think you're able to have a picture taken with the Champions League as well. Champions League trophy. The Champions League trophy is at Liverpool, because Liverpool got it the keeps. Remember, if you win it 5 times. So that's not a replica one, that's an original one. So yeah, go and check it out. Go and check it out. And then after that, go into the boot room cafe. Go into the boot room cafe, which is right in the stadium as well. And go and have a nice lunch, because it's really nice to eat in there as well. There you go, Liverpool Football Club. I've just done your promotion. You know, employ me to be your promotion. I'll do it. I'll do it on the channel. Just throw it up. I'll promote it. I'm one step closer to meeting Dua Lipa's brother. I just got a manager as a client. The multiverse is real. The streets are saying Jay is replacing Jeff Stinning on Soccer Saturday. Guys, you're going to kill me. You're going to get me in so much trouble. You guys are going to get me in so much trouble. There is things happening. I can't tell anyone yet till probably the weekend. But yeah, you guys are going to get me in trouble, man. Gomez is going to get games this season, James. Yeah, Gomez is going to get plenty of minutes this season. The 5 sub rule is massive, guys, for players like Joey G and players like that, because they get to play more games. They get to play more games, more minutes. They can. Joey's going to be fine. Joey's going to be fine. He started 20. He played 22 games, I think, last season, but he only started 11 of them. And that was coming back after a proper serious injury. Don't forget, Joey's injury was far worse than Van Dijk's, and Van Dijk's was bad enough. So, yeah, don't worry about Joey, guys. He's going to be absolute mustard. He's fine. He's a tremendous defender. Klopp loves him a bit. So, yeah, he'll get plenty of minutes, guys. He'll get plenty of minutes. Yeah, you go see the Anfield. It is great, mate. If you're in Liverpool, it's not that expensive either. It's not really that expensive. You get the tour, you get the museum, and then just go and get a bit of lunch in the boot room after, because it's a nice little restaurant, really is, and it's in the stadium. So it's in the same area where you go to start the tour in the stadium. You're going through the same sort of doors, come out the same way, and you go up the stairs and you go into the boot room cafe. Lovely little restaurant, really nice. Even if you don't want to get something to eat, go in there for a cup of coffee and chill, because every table has a screen on it, watching, and it has Liverpool TV on it, so you can sit there with a cup of coffee, watch some old Liverpool games and stuff like that. It's a nice place to chill. Oh, that's a good question. I would say Konate probably, but then I'd say Van Dijk over a longer distance. I'd say Konate is probably the quickest over a short distance, then Gomez, then Van Dijk. But then I'd say Van Dijk is probably the quickest over a long distance. I think Mo Salah said something like this not long ago. I think Mo Salah said something like this not that long ago, when he was saying that over a long distance, Virgil's probably the quickest in the club, which is mad. So his speed, his acceleration doesn't decrease over a distance. So he takes a little bit of time to build up his full acceleration, where a Konate and Gomez have full acceleration from standing still to go. Van Dijk's acceleration is quick from start, but it gets quicker and quicker, and then keeps his acceleration on a long distance, which is freakish. Virgil van Dijk's different. So over a very short distance, I'll probably just go Konate over Gomez, and then over a longer distance, I'll go Virgil. But all three of them are extremely quick, especially for defenders. I mean, if they're outside, if they were midfield players with that pace, Jesus Christ, it'd be scary. You know what I mean? So being like that as defenders. You got Wrestling Days as well, Jamie. Yeah, Wrestling Days is good. Wrestling Days is all right, but I've got to big up my man Savage. You know what I mean? I've got to big up my man Savage. He's my man. He's my brother. I've got to pick. Thanks for the love, Jay. I've got videos coming today when I'm done here, hopefully for all three channels. I need to start putting content again. Yeah, big up Savage. Yeah, go and check it out when you start ready. They are great range spot. I went there last year. It's fantastic. Yeah, they're brilliant, my man. Just Sport in Spain are saying Asensio prefers us and will lower wages. Yeah, apparently that's a big rumour at the moment. Apparently Jurgen Klopp, he's a big admirer of Marco Asensio. He can play right wing and right centre midfield. He can cover them two positions. Now, if the deal's worth it, I think the deal can be done between 30 and 35 million, which is Liverpool's kind of transfer fee. And the wages. Now, if he's willing to come down in his wages, then I'd be all for that signing. I really would. If he wants to come down in his wages, the transfer fee is around 30 to 35 million. No problem with that. Yes, he's getting a bit older. I think he's 27, 28. It's sort of not the sort of age gap Liverpool usually buy at. But if Jurgen Klopp likes him, and apparently the rumour is Jurgen Klopp is a big admirer of him, then I can see us doing that. It'll plug a few holes in the team. The midfield, right side midfield position, the right wing position for, I can see that. Can see that. The Anfield Road stand is getting bigger. Kenny Douglas stand is looking small. Yeah. I mean, there's a geezer, I don't know what his name is. He's on YouTube. You guys might have seen it before, but I think it's something Drone. His name is YouTube channel. But he goes to Stanley Park every single day, and he flies his drone over Anfield. Have you seen it? And he looks, and you can see the details in the new stand being built, the Anfield Road stand, and how it's coming along and all that. It's a really good channel. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's something Drone Expert or something like that. Go and check it out. Try and Google it or something, and you might find the channel. I can't remember it right now. I've seen it a few times though. It's really good. He walks through Stanley Park like every morning, and then just gets his drone out, goes over Anfield, looks at how everything's going and all that, and all the building work. It's really good detail. Boris is still blaming the other people. He will. The man's a prick. The man's an utter knob. Jamie C, if you manage to get to games, will you vlog and interview fans if you manage to get... If I go to a game, even if I only manage to go to one game this season, I will vlog it and I will do interviews after the game with people outside, no doubt about it. What I do, I've got a microphone for my phone. So I've got myself a microphone on my phone, so I could just put that onto my phone, put the microphone on my phone and use my phone as basically like a microphone. Just like using an everyday microphone, I can use my phone as it. So yeah, definitely. And then I can get my wife to use her phone to use as the camera. So yeah, no problem. No problem. Easily done. Wonder how long it would take to walk around City's museum. Big up, Colin. Big up, Colin. I don't think they got one. Colin, they might not even have a museum. They might be still in construction right now. It might be in construction right now. We want Savage. Nah, we love you too, Jamie. I can get Savage on if he wants. New Zealand $5 commissions from Liverpool. Good to see so many of our academy lads involved in pre-season. Good afternoon, guys. Still waiting for my autoimmune blood test results to come through. Oh, Ian, everything's all right, man. Sorry. Gomez is going to replace Matic, guys. Just wait and see. Yeah, guys, in the chat, who do you think will be the starting partnership in the Premier League? So the first game of the season at Fulham on the 6th of August, 12:30 kickoff. Who do you think will be the starting lineup in the centre backs? Who do you think will partner Virgil? Do you think it'll be Gomez, Matip, or Konate? Get it in the chat, guys. Let me know. I got a feeling Konate might start the season with Virgil. I just have this little feeling it might be Konate. But if Konate don't start the season, it's because he's come back a bit later than pre-season. He might not be ready, so it might be a Matip or a Gomez. But for long term, for the rest of the season, I do see Konate as Virgil's partner. Let me know in the chat, guys. I mean, we can't go wrong with either choice. If it's Konate, happy days. If it's Matip, happy days. If it's Gomez, happy days. There ain't a wrong answer here, really. They're all good. They're all the right answer. But let me know in the chat, guys, who you think. The new training complex will be huge for our youth lads. Certainly will. Especially them training next to the first team, in with the first team. It makes a massive difference. Also had Liverpool tour buses with no roof on top. They certainly do. Yeah, another thing, if you want to do, they do. So if you want to go to Anfield to do the stadium tour, they do a special bus that starts from outside Albert Docks, I believe. And you can get on that. And it's I think it's every half an hour or every hour it leaves. And it takes you all the way up to Anfield, drops you off. They talk about Liverpool on the coach, on the bus. It's an open top bus, like a tour bus. And they talk about the club and all that and give you some questions and information and things like that. Then they drop you outside Anfield and then they tell you what time they'll be back to pick you up. So you don't need to take your car. You know what I mean? So it's nice if you want to do it like that. Yeah, really good. It's really good what they have up there. It's really good, guys. Jane, what's the best website to buy new kits? I usually go, if I'm going to buy a kit, I usually get off the Liverpool store mainly. I always think you might as well just go the direct route. They're all going to be the same price, really, no matter where you go. So you might as well just go the direct route and go off the actual club, the club website, go off the club shop. You can go to Sports Direct or JD or anything like that, but they're going to be the same price. So just go from source, club store. Also, the club store, go online. It's the summer now. They have their big summer sale. So they're probably selling last season's kits now really cheap. You usually get that. I think they usually sell them off for like 20, 25 quid. So have a look on there. The summer's prices should be up. And if you are in Liverpool, just go into Liverpool 1 and go to the Liverpool shop there. And they have a massive sale on every summer. All the kits, and then it's all the training kits and all the stuff that the players would have worn last season. So training, match day, everything like that will all be on sale. So they have to get rid to get the new stuff in. There you go. I'll check prices there. I'm going to take my mate on 21st this month. No, so adults one way from town to Anfield, £7, turn 12 quid. There you go. Virgil is the fastest. Mane and Salah both said Virgil is the fastest long distance. This is true. He even runs cool. Yes, that's so true. He does run cool. You know what it is with Virgil? He looks like he's gliding across the pitch, don't he? It doesn't look like any effort. Yeah, it's definitely true. Long distances, and he keeps his pace going, don't he? He doesn't slow up. That's what's so good about Virgil. And it doesn't look like he's putting in it. I think people sometimes watch Virgil and think he's not putting in any effort in. Now, when he's like running or defending, some people are like, he ain't really putting much effort in. He's putting 100% effort in. He just looks so damn cool doing it and smooth doing it. That's why your mind thinks that. It's like Roger Federer in tennis. I always say the same thing. Roger Federer in tennis never looks like he's sweating or putting any effort in it. But the man glides across the court, and just looks superb on the eye. That's like Virgil. Exactly the same thing. There you go. Ian's a mod. Big up Zabiri. Good morning to you, my friend. Jamie, good morning. I'm trying to get tickets to the City home game. When do I get them? Oh, they won't be on sale just yet, my man. They won't be on sale. When is it we play City? October. So they're probably, if they're on sale, they might go on sale September time. They might be on sale now. It all depends. It all depends when they do it. Only Boris could step down, but still remain in charge. Stuff like that. He's like a drunk uncle who won't get the hint. Oh, I know. Big up, so he's such a great guy and very knowledgeable. Also, smash the likes, guys, and subscribe to the channel. Zabiri, you ain't getting them from the LFC website. No way. I've got a site for you. To be honest, either way, you're going to pay. You're going to pay 2 times the price. Yeah, Savage. You got just text him, WhatsApp him it. Do you know what? If anyone wants to come in and have a chat, you can come in and have a chat, guys. I'll put the link in the chat. Anyone who wants to come in and just have a natter. It's 26. Good afternoon. He's resigned, Jamie. Boris says, yeah, good. Yeah, he's a good man. Gets great footage of the stand building. Oh, so you know the person on about Raging Park? I just can't remember his name. With his channel. Mr. Drone, yeah, he's a blue nose, but apart from that, he's a good guy. Oh, is he? He's an Evertonian, is he? I didn't know that. I did not know that. I mean, the way he talks about Anfield and all that, he talks really nice about it and shows you everything going on. I didn't know he was a blue nose, though. But yeah, it seems good. It seems good. Mr. Drone, yeah, go and check him out. Morning, Captain Sal. Chelsea as the former Liverpool winger from Man City. Oh, what, Sterling? Yeah, Sterling. Yeah, he's going to do bits. I want a YouTube boxing / MMA match. So someone sort it out. We'll split the purse 75-25%. And the channel is drone captured moments. Who do you want to box in an MMA match with, Savage? I need to know. I'm not getting involved. I'm too small. I think it'll be Matic for now, says Ali. Big talk for someone who can fit out a medium shirt. Oh, man. Yeah, of course. You've got to be careful, man. Savage will find you. Matic, Virgil and Matic, VVD and Kanate. Sounds like a scam, but I'm interested. Oh, Jesus. Kanate, that's a very honest scam. I used them 9 times last year. And the last one was the League Cup versus Leicester. It's cool kits for your good website, Jamie. I've not heard of that one, man. Anyone pre-ordered Pep Linder's book? Yeah, so Pep Linders has got a book out. I don't know if anyone realised. It's about intensity of last season or something. He wrote a book about last season. It's called Intensity. And on the picture of it, he looks proper intense as well, Pep Linders. Yeah, it's a... yeah, of course, he's mocking it. Laugh out loud. You may be my opponent if you continue this treason and slander. Oh, by the way, you've seen the new Awake It is class, but psychedelic. Yeah, psychedelic scientists might like it. Yeah, it's a bit... I'm not sure on it. I think you got to see it in person. It might be one of the things that looks a bit mad on the screen. you know, because of the swells and that. So on the screen, it might look a bit funky, but I bet you actually get it in person, it's probably a bit more neutral, not as wild as it looks on screen. Hope your son's feeling better, Jamie. So my niece and nephew pick up a lot of bugs in school. Yeah, I know. It's just kids are just, they cough all over you, sneeze all in your, cough in your eyeballs, sneeze in your mouth. They're just kids, though. You've got to love them. Good afternoon, Jamie. I hope everything is well. Please, Liverpool sign Isco. Liverpool to sign Isco. The posh Jamie Redknapp. Drifty mentioned a package deal for watching the games. Is that available on this site? Davidson Kabak. Yeah, the stream's up, guys. Anyone wants to come on and have a little chat? Links in the chat. Jamie, what's your first reaction of Salah's agent laughing emoji after this? So I think I've said this before. I didn't see the emoji because I was downstairs with my kids and I hadn't been on my phone for a little while because it was charging actually in the kitchen. So I didn't actually look at my phone. And then I went and grabbed my phone. I was having a look at it and I seen Salah signed a new contract. It's the first thing I see. Salah signed a new contract. Well, what? Salah signed a new contract? No, this must just be, you know, people talking crap again. You know, you get the odd ITKs on the Twitter just saying things for the sake of it. Then I looked into it and it was from your Liverpool Twitter page. I was like, Jesus Christ. And then I saw the emoji after it. And then I saw Liverpool like the emoji. So, yeah, so Liverpool liked the tweet that he sent. So, yeah, I know a lot of Liverpool fans. Then I went live, obviously, as soon as he signed the contract. And we did a video for a couple of hours on it. And people were saying, yeah, saw the emoji. They thought he was taking a piss again. And then Liverpool liked his tweet. And that's when everyone was like, hang on, why have Liverpool actually liked his tweet? It's a bit weird. And then you get the Mo Salah confirmation and minutes later, like the Mo Salah signed his new deal to stay at Liverpool Football Club. And it went on from there. And, yeah, massive news for us. Massive news for us. Savage honour has been violated in the chat. He's going to go mad on all. He's going to kick all your asses. Yes, Sibiri, the package will be available from the site where you have dinner and sit in a box with some of the legend ballers. So, Hebe, how you doing, my man? Big up, Jamie. VVD and Kanate says, Gangandeep. Gangandeep, how are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Virgil and Kanate, that's my preferred to it. It's probably going forward. Good afternoon, Jamie. How are you? Good today? I'm good, Shahid. I'm good. Laugh at that. I'm not sure about that kit, to be fair. I agree, it might look better in real life. Big up, Psychedelic Scientist. Big up, Demo. How you doing, my man? Hope you're good. Demo, what's your feelings on Nat Phillips this season? Demo, I know you're a big Nat Phillips fan. What's your feelings on Nat this season? Do you reckon he's going to stay at the club, go on loan? What do you reckon is going to happen with him? Because we know Klopp said that he's a big admirer of Nat Phillips and he sees him as a long-term successor to Matip. So I'd like to know your feelings on that, my man. So I know you're a big guy for Nat Phillips, and obviously, and your boy Curtis, can't forget about Curtis Jones. Curtis is he's doing bits at the moment, Curtis. So yeah, let me know what your feelings are about Curtis in the new season, my man. And the links there as well. Demo, links in the chat if you wanted to come in and have your say as well. Morning, Jamie. Do you think we will see Jarrell Cornish get some first team action? I'm not sure. You know, there's a lot of players obviously going out on loan for the youth team. He's not one of them. Tyler Morton's not one of them either. Kay Gordon's not one of them. So maybe. You know, there's some youth players out there that are going on loan that I think and just never going to make it in the Premier League, like for Liverpool. But the players that are not going on loan, like Cornish, Tyler Morton, Kay Gordon, they seem to be. No, Klopp seems to like having them around the squad and training with the first team. So maybe they're the ones that have more of a future from the youth team than anyone else. Muchaleski, and all that. They just don't seem to have a future. I mean, he went from the under-23s all the way back down to the under-18s, and now he's going to play for a second division Polish side. So he's probably got no future. He's probably got no future at all. Oh, wait there. There we go.
Come on.
There we go, my man. So yeah. Everyone's saying, what's it? I just love Siberia. It sounds like a scam, but I mean, I just like.
It's about the football website, isn't it?
Yeah. I remember you telling me this one before. Yeah, a lot of people.
It's actually the best website away from the LFC one. You ain't getting it from the LFC website unless you remember.
No, you got to be a member, and then even when you're a member, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, I've been a member for 12 years, and I still couldn't get a ticket for the game.
So difficult because you have to go to category like D games first, don't you?
Yeah.
Then you have to work your way up, so you never get in a category A game. But yeah, you have to go on certain websites.
How you been anyway, Joe?
I'm all right. Not too bad, actually. Not too bad.
What's going on with you and Jeff Stelling, bro? I just saying.
I'll be able to tell people by the weekend.
Same, man. I watched Letitia's interview and that, and he was talking about somebody taking spots, and I'm just saying. So,
Oh, Letitia is mad. Have you seen his podcast?
I watched the whole Rob Moore interview, man. The podcast.
Yeah. He's actually quite an intriguing fella to listen to.
He is. To be fair, I agreed with a lot of what he said. To be fair, I felt a bit bad for him, but sometimes he words stuff a bit mad. But
yeah, it's the way I think with Letitia, it's the way he words it on Twitter. When you actually hear him speak, it's different, ain't it? Because you can only put so much on Twitter. You can only put so much on Twitter. So when you put so much on Twitter, everyone comes through him and says, "Oh, you're a nutter. What are you on about?" But then when you actually listen to him talk, you're like, no, he's actually making a little bit of sense.
I actually felt bad for a lot of that panel. You know, whether you like
great. I'd watch that panel now.
Yeah, I don't really agree with the fact of like, even when he said this, like they tried to do the diversity thing in it, and I'm like, why can't you just add people instead of taking somebody away for the job? Because apart from Charlie Nichols, because he's trash, bro. But
yeah,
but apart from him, don't take people away. Yeah, because when they added Clinton Morrison to the panel, he was dope on it.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
With just don't put Beckford on there, and we're good. Oh,
Jermaine Beckford. Is there a worse footballer got into punditry ever?
Yeah, there is. There's loads of them. Robbie
Savage and Mark Owen, probably, yeah. But Beckford's got some wild takes. No, I'll tell you who's the worst. Danny Mills.
Danny Mills is the worst. Beckford, you know what it is, though, with people like Beckford? They're not that, like, if you just ask a random football fan, won't know who he is on it. So they say stuff out of pocket just to get noticed even more. Like on TalkSport, every time they have the twat from Mayans on, Agban Lahore, or
Jesus Christ,
or Jamie O'Hara, or Townsend, all of them guys, think of it properly. Like, no one really cares about them. So they just say wild stuff all the time.
They're just
Agban Lahore's always coming from Klopp, brother. I'll punch him up, you know. It's not a problem. I know where he lives.
They're just utter clickbait. That's all they are. They say things to get noticed. I think half the time they don't mean what they're saying. Jamie O'Hara's a weird one. Sometimes I don't actually mind him, but the man's only 33 and he looks 42.
Jamie O'Hara just needs to remember that his kid's mum is on Pornhub still. So
is that Danny? Ain't it? What's her name? Danny.
Danielle Lloyd.
Danielle Lloyd, ain't it? Yeah. And let's face it, in Big Brother, Kim Woodburn almost killed him. So
she really did.
She called him a chicken liver shit. That's just brilliant. That's just brilliant. Everyone stand down. Ben Davies is out the basement. Oh man, Ben Davies. That was just hilarious when Klopp saw him. You could literally see in Klopp's face he didn't know who the hell he was.
I think Klopp thought he was like a new fitness coach or something.
Yeah, or he won a charity thing.
What, for Nivea?
Yeah, just came in for the day. Hang around the first team and all that.
Yeah.
No, and then did you see the picture after when he's holding the inhaler in his hand?
So funny.
And that's got a whole world talking, ain't it?
I think at this point, like, we're behind the scenes, we're doing it on purpose, bro.
I think they are, because
it's so not true that we're just trolling them.
Yeah, because there's no way you'd literally put the inhaler in his hand and then the actual club photographer would take a picture of it and then put it on the club website if we were trying to hide stuff. Do you know what I mean? They know what they're doing. But also, I was reading the article about it. Like the machines they use in pre-season, They find asthma in all the players, don't they? Because it looks for problems in your in your lungs and your breathing passages and stuff like that.
Honestly, most people have asthma. They just don't know.
Yeah. You can have mild asthma your whole life and not know about it. It doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
But when you're
if you
an
think
elite
about the stuff that
sportsman,
the doctors used to get to test us, they just used to make you breathe in that stupid thing. There's
a
breathalyzer. I'm like, this doesn't do anything. So coffee. Yeah. I'm like, how does that tell me if I got asthma? That I could just be fucking out of shape. It's a mess, man.
That's actually fucked me doing that. Hang on.
Jamie nearly killed himself on camera.
I'll get my Liverpool sponsored inhaler. We have got to be sponsored by an inhaler soon.
Jamie, you might have to do that, man. You might have to bring out some merch, inhaler merches, and that. Man. Just get the inhaler capsule and have the Liverpool badge on it, man.
Who makes inhalers? Is it Let's Go Welcome or something like that? AstraZeneca. Yeah. We need to be sponsored by them and just have a little inhaler badge on the shirt, just to take the piss. Because what rivals don't seem to understand is that we've all embraced it. We love it. We take the piss out of it, and they can't knock. And they keep trying, but we're like,
it doesn't work. You know what it is? It's when journalists put the articles out and stuff, they're doing it with an agenda in it. So obviously they're not going to put it out how it is. It's like, shocking results that they found that Liverpool play. I'm like, bro, go and check the rest of the Prem, bro.
Yeah, exactly. About? And also, if it was that bad, it was in their system for so long. How did Mane pass his medical at Bayern Munich?
Do you remember when Kolo Touré got banned because he took the weight loss pills?
Yeah. How can you get banned for taking weight loss pills?
I don't know why that's funny. He took his missus' weight loss pills, bro.
There must be something.
Well, didn't Rio miss the drug test before he got banned?
He just missed it, and it was a bit.
He missed it for a reason.
It's a bit weird, the Rio one.
I remember when Brock Lesnar missed the test for a reason as well. So I'm just saying this.
You only have to look at Brock. It's just what I love about Brock. Right, talking about UFC for 1 second, when Mark Hunt fought Brock Lesnar. And he took UFC to court because they made him fight someone who's taking steroids. Mark Hunt fought in Pride most of his career, where everyone was roided up to the gills.
Yeah, there's no use of the testing in
look at Bob Sapp. I mean, come on. But Brock's a legend.
To be fair to Brock, he was a hench 14-year-old. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a natural big body.
Yeah, he's naturally big dude.
He's naturally massive anyway. He just had to fit onto it. Why not? You know what I mean?
I think everyone should be able to take steroids in UFC.
I want to see it. I want to see it in all sport. I just want to see it.
Yeah, because baseball used to be dope when steroids was allowed, and it's terrible now.
Let's just do it. I want to see everyone in the 100 meters just doped up to the eyeballs. I want to see someone run 8. I want to see someone run 8 seconds. It
would happen, man.
I don't want to see these 10 seconds. Have you noticed lately in the Olympics, especially in sprinting, that the times are getting slower?
They talk
about it all the time because no one's roided up.
In lockdown, all of a sudden, all the Italians won the relay and the 100 meters. They've never won it ever in life. I'm like, hold on a minute. So they won that, and then they won the Euros, bro. Now there's something going on there. Something in their pasta, bro. I don't understand what's going on.
And then we banned Russia from all sports because of the steroid taking.
I would be so mad if I was Usain Bolt. Because his relay gold medal got took off him because one of his teammates got found to take steroids like 12 years later. I'm like, just let me have my medal, bro. Just what is it?
Yeah. Let's be fair. I could have won it on my own.
Yeah, because he won the final leg and he jogged and won.
Could have won the whole thing on his own. Just give it to him. What do you think about City putting that bit of red in their home kit? Do you think it's their way of a bit of? Well, apparently what I've been told, it's the Colin Bell kit, ain't it?
It is the Colin Bell kit. When Colin Bell played for him, they had the same.
Yeah, they had that red trim in it and all that. It's just funny. It's an ugly ass top though, but it's just funny when Pep came out and said everything's about Liverpool. I wouldn't be surprised if there's red in the trophy, the Premier League trophy, and then a couple of days later, their new kit comes out of red trim. So it's a bit,
in the advert when they're talking about the kit, and then Pep goes, "Colin Bell." What? I'm like, Pep, you didn't know who Colin Bell was.
No. You just got a book handed to you by somebody who went, quickly read that and talk about Colin Bell.
Yeah,
their only legend. No Liverpool quote. His tweet with a hand emoji. Oh yeah.
Whose tweets that?
I think Ali's still going on about when Salah's agent, because he put the emoji out before anything else, didn't he? Yeah. And then Liverpool liked it, didn't they? And that's when everyone got a bit like, well, why Liverpool liking his tweet? And then But I say I didn't see all that. I only saw when Salah signed, and then went back and saw all the other stuff. So
there is a thing at the parade when like the fans are cheering something, and then I think it's Curtis or Elliot, and it's like,
oh yeah, it's going like that, like that,
and
then Salah sort of like shut him up, ain't he?
Yeah. Salah was like, "Shush, man! I'm trying to get more money, bro. Just stop it."
This little fucking kid, he's always interfering.
Oh man, I love, you know what, being in this like space and that, the media and the journalism, I find it more hilarious now than anything, because people. Don't get me wrong. There will always fool some people, and it's not anyone else's fault. Because you remember when I told you that time when there were people talking about Mane's face at the parade, and then I was like, I was at the parade. That I watched that on the YouTube, on the Inside Liverpool video, and he was laughing before he got on the bus with Taki, and he was just waiting for the bus to take off. And I was like, look at Mane, he looks so depressed. I'm like, no, he doesn't, bro.
No, 2 seconds later, he's turning around smiling. You know what I mean? You know when everyone has that face for 1 second, like.
Everyone
like that, and then they take a picture. And take a picture, and it's like, oh, Jamie Phillips is falling out of his wife, like that. And then 2 seconds later, you're smiling. You know what I mean? It's just they do anything for a story. Anything for a story.
Oh man, I wish we won that Champions League. I'm just thinking about it now. I wish we won that one.
Oh man, if we had Darwin Nunez, we would have. Nat Phillips is magic. He wears a magic hat. I love Nat Phillips. Nat Phillips.
Remember when he was bandaged up?
Yeah. Nat Phillips had a national out of space, I tell you. Nat Phillips is got some head injuries, issues when he's a bit older, but you know, for the time being,
I've never seen somebody headed the ball how he headers it, bro. It's like he loves it.
I'll tell you what, if he headed the ball, if we had him more in certain games last season, might have kept some more clean sheets, you know. Demo's in the ass.
I think he's pretty good at headers, you know. I know I don't like him, he's trash, but it's only a good thing Maguire's good at headers.
Well, his head is the size, is the width of his shoulders. So he should be. Demo, how you doing, man?
Tacky lad.
Good morning, guys. What's up?
Morning, my man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm actually at my desk at work, so I'm just jumping in to jump out real quick. I've just had a couple of questions, right? So I've been seeing a lot of Asensio rumors, like very hard since yesterday. I didn't watch your show yesterday, so I'm not sure if you spoke about it. So I just want to know how concrete those are, because I mean, I'd love him for, you know, squad depth and stuff. I'm a Spanish fan, so I like a lot of Spanish footballers. So that's one thing. The second thing is, I've been telling a lot of people in my circle that Liverpool will be wrapping up the league by February.
Good man.
I'm with you, man.
Or fixture lists and a couple other fixture lists that I've been seeing for the other teams. So I'm not sure if you've gone through fixture lists for us and Manchester City going up to February. I'd love if you could do that for us and just give us your predictions on the games. I mean, I know it's not a given for any team to win. No 3 points is secured for anybody. But for me, the first probably like 10 games or so, we should be outrunning, man. We should be wrapping up the league by February.
Agreed.
So I want to see. I want to know your thoughts on that. So I'll get off and let other people get on, and I'll watch.
Dope.
Big up to you, Mo. As always, my friend. See you again soon, my man. Enjoy work. Enjoy work.
You don't enjoy work, Jamie.
Just make that money. Oh, I love Demo. Demo's a great guy. He's a great guy. Yes,
I've seen the fixtures as well. To be fair,
let's have a look at the fixtures. So we have got our first game of the season is obviously away to Fulham, then at home to Palace, and then away to Man United. And they're both Monday night games now at 8 p.m. Then we're at home to Bournemouth, and then we finish August off at home to Newcastle. I see us winning every single game with them. I really do.
I think what I've thought is like I don't see, if you're going to look at the win, losses and draws for the season what's just gone for Man City and Liverpool.
Yeah.
If you just take ours, I don't see us reaching that number of draws again next season. I think we'll take at least 3 or 4 of them draws away. How many draws do we have? Like 7 or 6?
8 or 9, I think. It was quite a lot.
Yeah, so I would take definitely at least 4 off them, and then it leaves space for like the top 6, maybe, whatever. Even though I think we'll win more of them games. And I don't, and like for some reason, I don't know if you get this, Jay. I never feel like we're gonna lose. Like I never feel it. If I'm watching a game, I'm like, okay, maybe this might end up a draw. And even that's normally like by the 90th minute. Up until the 90th minute, I'm always like, we're gonna score soon. We're gonna score soon. But with what Demo said, just based off the teams, and if we play our game and whatever, because Man City the games they lost and then the games that they drew are quite normal for Man City, to be honest. They always lose to a Palace or a Norwich. They always draw with like a Southampton, and then they always lose to Tottenham. Like Tottenham beat them pretty much every season at least once.
It's
I actually think that I think he might be right. I think we'll be 7 points ahead in February at some point. So you guys mark that down, record the video. 7 points ahead in February, and then I think we'll take it away.
Clip it up. Zabiri in the house. How you doing, Zabiri?
Hey, I'm good, man. How you guys doing this morning? Or afternoon?
Yeah. It's like almost half fun for us.
So I heard a couple fans, I think, over the years complaining about tickets. I thought that was just like a myth, and they probably couldn't afford it. And I'm like, man, cheap people always crying about prices. That was always my thing. No. Well, I'm looking into it, man. It's like politics in there.
It is. It's madness.
Yep.
They have it tied down. It's because of mainly it's because of the issues with English fans. Let's put it this way, and the trouble with football in this country with certain fan bases and certain human beings that are scum and just go to football games and do nothing but cause trouble. And so the big teams really have it nailed down now that it's really difficult getting. So you either got to be a member, like Savage says, for 12 years, still can't get tickets. It's really difficult. And you have to work your way up. So you have to get D grade games. Then you work up to C, B, and you get to A games. Or you'll be a season ticket holder. It's the only way to do it. Unless you're Man City, you can get a ticket on Thomas Cook. You know what I mean? It's just, it's mad. Like, students for free to and if you're a Man City fan, you can get tickets on Ticketmaster and stuff like that. So, but for clubs like Liverpool and Man United especially, it's really tied down.
It's not the money; it's just the access to them, because the tickets usually are still not that expensive if you go in a one-off. It's a bit mad because they do weird things. Like they will have on the policy you needed to attend 13 Premier League games from the season before, and then you're thinking, how could I have attended them if you didn't give me a chance to attend them? And then it goes around in circles. And then what they do is they give first come, first serve to the members. Obviously, the season ticket holders get their tickets. And then when that's done, they'll wait till like the Tuesday and they'll open it to the public. And then if you've got a Liverpool postcode, you're first on the list. And then whatever's left, you can get it. But you have to be at the laptop constantly. So that's why I just buy it off that website, because it's not that expensive and it works out for me. And they're legal tickets. They're all season ticket holders tickets. So they sell it to the website with a certificate. And then the website give it to you, and that's how I got to go to the games last season.
Oh, okay. Well, you can still get that little tour, or that little.
Yeah, you can get them tickets. The hospitality package is like £300, I think.
No, okay.
Yeah, you get dinner and you get to be with the legend and the boxers and stuff.
Oh, talking about legends, there's another one on the channel. Big up Saint.
Come on, my
man, come on.
Come on, I had to come and just bless up the guys. Sorry, I'm doing bits and bobs around the house, so that's why I haven't got my.
That's all right.
How we doing? How we doing?
Who's bits and bobs, and do they know what you're doing?
That's bits and bobs is just the house looked like it's been.
I've got Bob here. Look at Bob here. Bob's freaky, man.
What the hell am I doing?
How you doing? We're doing good. We're doing good.
Good. I'm blessed up, man. Just enjoying the show, and I thought I'd pass through.
Nice.
Man. I've got a couple of you know me, Jay. I think I'm the poster boy for the negative Liverpool fans. Still, that's me.
For it. That's all good. It's all good.
I'm free whenever you need me to come and sign that poster, mate. I'm there, mate. I'm that guy. But in all honesty, though, I'm not as happy. I've been watching, and also let me just say, listen, best of wishes to your daughter, and I know you put.
Oh yeah, cheers, man. Appreciate it
as well, man. But yeah, just in terms of us and that, I'm happy that training started. I'm happy that we finally, do you know what I mean? That that's good. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Jay.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel, mate. I'm not quite in the camp of you and Hugo. And I don't really know what it is. So I listened to a show that you done, and obviously you didn't have anyone who was opposing your thoughts. So it was just, and I just wanted to come and just do that, really.
Go for it.
I think, right, these are my thoughts, and I think that they're coupled by a few Liverpool fans. And I think the main reason why we're all so bloody on edge, right, is, and I don't know if it's fair to say, it's just the predicament that we find ourselves in. But I don't want to bloody compete anymore. I think that's what it is. I don't. Like, I'm being honest with you, bro. Like, I don't want to compete anymore, bro. Like, I know how good you gonna allow me, bro.
I know what he's saying.
You know what I mean, bro? Like, allow me, bro. Like, I told man, like, I'm 3 decades in. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and unless you're 70 something, this is the best Liverpool team that you've seen. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we've got what's it called? 5 world-class players. Not even arguable, because I used to say arguable. Bun that. They're 5 world-class players.
We have probably more world-class players in our 11 than Man City do.
Thank you. You see what I'm saying, Jay? So I just want to say, right, that is what it is. I'm be honest with you, Jay. All right, me and Don Hussam, right, we go back and forth, and Don Hussam's like, this season was a failure, and I'm like, bro, it wasn't a failure. It was never a failure. It was a disappointment because of, obviously, one of the branches that was beating, that what people used to use to beat over our heads was the domestic thing.
Domestic cups,
no domestic cups. You don't do nothing. La 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 la. And obviously, for the fact that it ticks all the boxes on all the cups that Klopp has got, you can't rubbish that. You do you know what I mean? You have to take that for what it is. And yeah, it's disappointing we didn't get the 4, whatever the case may be. And so I've got a lot of time for that. However, Klopp's on fraud watch for me if next season we get domestic double. Raggle. Like, that's how deep it is, because and it's not me being, but we don't have 5, arguably 6, like Jamie's just said, more world-class players than Man City for us to be winning domestic doubles, especially after we've done that. We've done it now. I take it for what it is. Cool. And this is all it is that I just don't want to. I think there are some fans, rightly so, because, and I rate that. I wish I was that fan. I wish we could have a season where we do pass the parcel with the title. You go, it's yours. You know, you have it. No, it's yours. You have it. We spend 17 weeks at number 1, and they spend God knows however, but then they ultimately win it. It's a failure to me. Do you know what I mean? Losing by 1 point, 2 points, 10 points, it's a failure to me. Do you know what I mean? And also, more so as well, because we are so good.
Savage, Saint.
Yo.
Man, I actually get what you're saying, Saint. I actually do understand what you're saying. So,
I think someone tried to call me or something. Sorry, I probably.
All right, that was Jurgen. That was Jurgen.
That was Jurgen. That was my dad. That was Daddy calling from upstairs. Like, hey, get your ass up here, man. Now, do you know what it is, Jay? Yeah, if they win this Premier League, bro.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I think because of the lack of the Champions League lots, if they win this Premier League, my team is too good to have sat back and let them do 3 back-to-backs, do the 3-peat. It is like when you talk about some of the greatest players that's ever graced the Premier League, we are amongst it. And then when you start talking about the greatest teams that have dominated the Premier League, you have to pass me the very nearest chair so I can sit my ass down. Do you know what I mean? And that's where it comes from. I don't want it to be like, oh, we're Debbie Downers, we're negative. And bro, we are so close, and we have been so close for so long that that's what it is. We're not sitting here saying, oh, but if only we had, 100 million. Like a lot of the people that are talking, like for me, for example, I'm one of these people. I want the midfield sorted out. Now, I don't care about Jude. I don't actually think that Jude is the be all and end all, if I'm honest with you. Like, if you'd have got a Barella this season, I would be on this, we are challenging. Like, we are up there. We are on it. I'm just a bit like, you know what, to get Jude, to wait for Jude in it after a year, especially when realistically, this is probably one of the most important domestic years we have. And then also within that year, you've got a World Cup. The guy could go and, let's be honest, like Southgate got no tactics, bro. All he knows is playing. Do you know what I mean? Like Jude Bellingham is the one. He's on there. He's getting played. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna have more things to shine than probably Trent. So it's just like, bro, if he goes and smacks it up, it's gonna be ridiculous.
I don't think Jude's gonna play much for England.
You don't reckon?
No, I don't think he'll play much. I think he'll play Phillips.
I think he'll start over Phillips.
I think he'll play, bro. I think he'll start over every.
I think
midfielder, man.
I think Phillips and Rice will play most for England together.
I've had enough of Rice and P, bro.
I think that'll happen. This is Southgate at the end of the day. He's a weirdo. But I do understand what you're saying. I mean, me and Savage spoke about this before, and we've said, like, because I have an argument with people all the time, and I always say, look, I don't mind you blaming FSG, but you can't always put all their shit outside their door. You've got to look at Jurgen as well at the same time. They're all part of the same package.
Yeah, the one in the same, man.
Yeah,
it's not a case of blaming, but I totally agree, bro. I 1000% couldn't have said it any better. That I don't think, and if this is the case, please point me in the nearest direction of FSG with a rocket. I will go and I will carve them out something different. But you can't tell me that with all the credit in the bank, that Klopp doesn't say to them, listen, I want this player, and they don't go and get him that player. I just don't see it. I don't personally see it. I think it's a mixture of Klopp saying, and I've often said to people, right, even the biggest FSG in guys, you be honest with yourself and tell
that's
me
me right there. That's me.
Okay.
So I'm just listening patiently. 'Cause I'm ready for it.
So I'm gonna direct this one to you and be honest with me. Be very, very honest with me. Yeah. Of the two, and we will never know, it's an opinion, but of the two scenarios, which, if you had to put money on it to get back a sizable return, would you do?
It's not about a sizable return, man. But I hear
no. But I'm just gonna give you two options, and then you tell me which you think is more realistic. Okay. Option A, that for 6 months or more, that Klopp has been in the background at least beating down the door. I'm talking his handprints are in the door, are in FSG's door. Like, do you know what I mean? Boom, 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 boom. Please, we need this. I need this. There's no way that I'm going to be able to compete with Man City unless I have this part, and I need this. Please, every day, go into them. Please, come on, guys. Like, I need this midfielder. I need this. I need that. Or option B, where Klopp's like, yeah, okay, listen, I hear you. I reckon I could probably string out a little bit more juice out of saying Ox and a KR. Do you know what I mean? If we can maybe get what I want later, don't worry about. Yeah, all right, you know what? Leave it with me. It's cool. KR, I'll put him there. You know what I mean? Like, I'll get another year out of Ox. It's cool. Which of the two do you think realistically is probably happening in the background? And I would choose the latter.
The second one.
So it's very much the latter, but it's also isn't, because Klopp said numerous times, and this is why I am just big FSG in. They go together. When I mean they go together, I mean it, because Klopp he's not aiming to be City or beat City. He just likes the challenge. So
that's what I said, man.
This is what I don't want, brother.
No. But if you're saying you don't love that, then I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but you're basically saying Klopp out. And none of us are saying Klopp out, but that's what Klopp is. And he said it numerous times, and no one bats an eye. If FSG said what Klopp said, oh man, it'll be pitchforks. So I don't like it per se, but Klopp always wants to be the team beneath the champion. He doesn't want that being chased down and that pressure of the double or winning the triple. He just want to win it one time and be like, all right, we'll go again. Oh, we didn't win it. Oh, too bad. Oh, 1 point. Okay, well, we're very close. We'll get he doesn't want number one. Klopp, I'm not saying he's not ambitious, but he always said it. He was like, yeah, no, I don't want to be that guy. I like to challenge that guy. So that's always been Klopp. And as far as like more signings and stuff like that, man, look, Saint, I'm gonna need you to calm down. You're outside. You've been outside a lot. You go to the bars, you go to the games. Rein the energy in, my man, because let me tell you what you're suffering from, bro. You're suffering from the dark ages and coming so close to being number one, you think we're entitled to it. With Klopp, we're not gonna be, man. We're gonna be 1 point off every other season. We might win it one season here, there.
What?
Just enjoy the process, my good friend. I'm telling you.
I can't do that, bro. I can't. Firstly, number one, I never even realized it was my main man Zabiri in the cut. So love, my G. As soon as I didn't even realize. I put the two together. I see the Z. I heard I said, oh, it's my guy with the braids. But secondly, that's an oxymoron for me, bro. Them two things don't go together. Brother, you can't tell me to chill, to relax. I can't. Like, I cannot do it. Like, that's bro. You must have a neck saint because I'm not that guy, bro. Like, if I'm entitled, I've sipped from the fountain of entitlement, and now I can't shake it off, bro. Like, brother, no one can sit here and say that they're gonna be okay having come this close. We are not. I'm not sitting here asking for the world. Like, I'm really not asking for the world. Like a little midfielder, boom, we're nice. Like a little, get me someone who can like at the end of the day, you didn't really respect Origi that much. And Minamino didn't play that many games. All I'm asking is for someone who can maybe bridge the gap of the goals in which we lose there. Do you know what I mean? That isn't. I trust my scouting guys. You can go and get me that for pennies. A couple, like, do you know what I mean? Chocolate M&Ms and a Wamba and a couple quid. You'll find me someone who's adequate. I'll leave that to you. You're good. And a midfielder, brother. That is all to challenge, bro. Like, I'm be honest with you. Like I said, after I don't know more than Klopp. So I'm not going to put myself out there. I'm obviously going to shut my mouth and I'm going to go into this season and I'm going to support. But I'm going to be honest with you. If we fall short, I'm going to be like, yo, we need to have the fucking discussion, bro. We've never been this close for us to just compete. Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
I said it on Kopish and people was like, wait, is he saying Klopp out? And I'm like, I'm not saying Klopp out. But at some point, we're going to have to look at Klopp because when you win the Champions League and you sign like no one, I think, and then we're in the Premier League and I think we went and got
Kabak.
Ah, man, I don't know, man. The way Klopp does the thing, I can see the process, but it's very slow. And we're so close.
Really count, though. That was kind of like
No. And I'm not throwing Kabak in there, but what I'm trying to say is we've been in a position to strengthen for so long. And we're sounding just like some kids.
No. Who can tell me Calvin Ramsay? What number has he got? No, what number has he got? Please, I beg you.
I have no idea.
No idea.
Do you know why you lot have no idea? I'll enlighten you. It's number 28. Who's the person who had the 28 before Calvin Ramsay? No idea. Ben Bumberass Davies. That's why you lot have no idea what's going on. You lot are like, does that number even exist? Who had that? Like, see what I'm saying?
To be honest,
these are the people who. Come on, man.
Ben Davies is a businessman.
I can understand what you're saying. Like, when I look at Liverpool and City squads, we do a comparison of squads. Like, if you look at the back four, so say Liverpool's 4 centre backs and Liverpool's 2 right backs and 2 left backs. They're arguably better than Man City's. You look at the goalkeeper situation, Alisson's better than Ederson and Kelleher is better than Steffen. They're number 2. You look at the forward line you could say is equal now. They got Haaland in. There ain't much in the forward line. You got Salah there, Nunez, Diaz,
I'd
Jota,
probably
Bobby.
say them with Alvarez, to be fair. Like,
It's not much in it. I think Nunez
not much.
Nunez is going to bang. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. And then you look at the midfield. Like the midfield, look, City's got the best midfield in Europe. You know, it's just not in the Premier League. They have the best midfield in Europe. But Pep Guardiola's system, you have to have that kind of midfield. Now, this is where what I like about Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp could win the Premier League with City's team and still win it with Liverpool's team. Pep Guardiola couldn't win it with Liverpool's team because he needs certain player to play in that midfield to work for his system. That's why their midfield's ridiculous. And that's why at Barcelona it was ridiculous. At Bayern Munich it was ridiculous because that's Pep's system. You know, if Pep was manager of Spain in the Spanish national team, there'd be no striker. It'd be all about midfielders and forward-thinking midfielders. And that's how he plays. That's his system. So I understand what you're saying at the same time. And with Klopp, I've said it for ages now. I love the guy. As I said, I've never met him, but I love him like my dad. I wouldn't have another manager in charge of us. But you gotta have to, with Klopp, you gotta have to take some of the bad with some of the good because of the way he thinks. Have you ever listened to Klopp when he's not talking about football and he's talking about politics and stuff like that? He's very left wing. He's got very different views. He's very liberal, and them views are same with his football views. You know, where Pep's totally different. Klopp. We lost the Champions League final to Real Madrid that year. Not last season when we lost. Was it 17, 18, was it? When we lost the Champions League final when Karius did his thing. Klopp went to the pub that night and had a dance and a drink along with the fans. That's Klopp's mentality. He's so different.
Klopp sees
Pep wouldn't do that.
On football.
Pep would have gone home,
Yeah.
and started doing football tactics on his wife's chest. Do you know what I mean? They're just totally different. They're totally different characters.
I think Zabiri was right with what he said. I think he worded it a little bit like, because he made it sound like Klopp doesn't want to win stuff. I don't think that's true, but I know what you're talking about because
wants to win it a different way.
Even on that masterclass thing, Pep Linda said those exact words. He said, "We're not trying to be the best; we're trying to compete with the best." So I do understand what he means there, but at the same time, like Klopp's not going to want to not be number one in the league and win the league and stuff like that. I think he's just more of an ideal. He's more idealistic, and
do you know?
He wants to go through exactly what Saint said when he made them 2 points in the second point about I can get more out of these kind of guys. I think Klopp actually I think he actually thinks he can. Because if you think about it, the times when we've lost out. And it's getting more and more annoying because it keeps happening. I think if you take scope of that whole league, because I take them in as individual Premier Leagues, and I feel like everyone who is deemed as being negative is on about the full scale of Klopp versus Man City, and I get it. But when you take them individually, they're not all of them. All of them have been lost from different ways. Like if you look at last season, I said to Jamie the other day, I think for us to win the league, the first 10 games of next season. You have to win all of them, or and maybe drop points in one game. The last season, I think the first 11 we wasn't good. Even when we won the games, we didn't look good. I think the first 11 games or something, we dropped points in 4 of them, which isn't good. That's not good enough already. And then obviously we scaled it back, and it made the Liverpool fans get more exciting because it's like, well, we've clawed this back. But at the same time, I was saying we shouldn't have had to claw it back. So it's two things, isn't it? But I don't know, man.
I think you're spot on, man. I think you're spot on. Because even when we won the league, we was skimming some games there, man. We was winning some last-minute goals and
loads of last-minute goals.
Yeah. I mean, it looked flawless by February, but...
Ras. Sorry, Ras, I can't have that. I'm not having that. Ras says Spurs have a better squad than us. No, they do not.
They said that when we played them in the Champions League as well.
Can I get rid of this Spurs? Right. If Liverpool had the midfield of Oliver Skip, Bentancur, Højbjerg, and Basuma, take Basuma out, that's his quality, we'd all be moaning because there is no creativity in that midfield whatsoever. And all of a sudden, the Spurs have got this great squad. It's the manager in charge that's deluded everyone's mind. If we went and bought Richarlison, there'd be every Liverpool fan here would be like moaning.
I'd be spitting. I'd be fuming.
I think we just got
raging.
It's the person that's in charge of Tottenham that's making everyone a bit giddy, I think.
Yeah,
but it's not the players they bought. It's not the players.
Listen, we ain't winning no league unless we start firing at the beginning. That's just the fact of it, man.
Yeah.
It's just the fact of, I think it was Chelsea,
I love you, Ras.
Chelsea, Brighton, Brentford, and West Ham in the first 11 games. Last season, we lost points to them 4. Chelsea, all right, it was a draw. The rest of them, bro, we should have won all them games, innit? And we would have won the league, bro. Simple as.
Zabiri, all I'm saying, yeah, take this how you want, yeah? Is if we start next season with Henderson on the right hand, and also another thing, yeah, we're all doing I'm doing so much content on my channel. Oh my god, strategy change. What could this player bring? Brother, we all know that it's gonna be 4-3-3. We do 4-3-3.
We'll never change.
It always be 4-3-3. Yeah, never change.
Man's doing up. Cavani can do the 10, and then Bobby can. Brother, I'm just doing content for content's sake. It's gonna be 4-3-3. Henderson on the right hand side. Like, I'm with you, but know that if you don't ultimately come, this is the thing, yeah. You see, when he's saying, "Oh, we're not looking to be the best, we're looking to compete with the best," I think that this is my thing with Klopp. Your objectives should change with your surroundings, like with how things are. So when he was kicking that shit, I was 100% with it, because we weren't as rich as Man City. We weren't better than them on the field. We weren't commercially better. We didn't have, so being in that space was good enough. Now you go 3-4 years down the, bro, we're commercially one of the most fruitful in the league. We are one of the most successful. We are, in terms of our pedigree and everything, the name, like we can attract it. So now your objectives have to change slightly.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like when people say to me, "Oh yeah, well, you know, we can afford to wait for Bellingham because we've done it before and look at where that got us." I said, "Hold on a second. We were trying to get into top 4 when that happened. When we was waiting for man, we weren't ultimately going against Man City to win the Premier League." Do you understand? Now those things have to change slightly. Again, I'm not going to put you out to dry, but I am definitely going to be on your neck if it don't come through.
All right, let me ask you 3 a question, because it just came to me as Saint is talking. Big up, Saint, man.
My guy.
People always say, have Liverpool outgrown FSG, which to me makes no sense, because they're the owners. You can't outgrow them.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think what they really want to say, I'm not Klopp out,
yeah,
but have we outgrown Jurgen Klopp?
That is a sentence I have never heard, and I never want to hear again.
I personally think half of the fan base have. I think half of the fan base have. I understand
it, because I think fans are now coming to the. I watched a Sam's video last night. He did a video last night looking at it, and obviously, if you know Sam, he's not the biggest FSG lover in the world, but even he has come to the realization that
it's not just them.
You have to look at Jurgen as well, because I do believe, and I've said this for a while now, if Jurgen really wants to play desperately, I think FSG will get it for him. Look, last January, the year of the pandemic, when we had no fans, we had all them injuries, we wanted a defender. The club wanted only one certain defender, and that was Konate. The club had it already sorted. They wanted him. Unfortunately, they couldn't get him in January because he had a transfer in his contract. He couldn't go if he was still playing in Champions League with Leipzig, so he couldn't transfer in January. But Liverpool didn't want another centre back, and I've had arguments with people saying, "Well, Liverpool should have gone and just got another centre back anyway." But the problem is they always go get Konate, so then you've got too many centre backs, and you bought someone you don't really need. That's why we did the loan thing. Also, at the same time, then Klopp neglected to play centre backs we actually had in the club and played midfielders. So, for that argument, you can blame both parties.
By his own admission as well. Remember, he himself came out and said that.
He said he should have played Nat Phillips earlier. Yeah. And then you look at the season we won the Champions League and didn't buy anyone, really. Jurgen Klopp went on record and said he didn't need anybody to come into this squad right now, and he was happy with it because he's never had a team this settled before where no one was actually poaching his best players, and he wanted to keep it as it was. He's gone on record and said that. So, look, the owners are going to be like, Jurgen, what do you need? What do you need? You know, they're talking to Jurgen Klopp here, one of the best managers around. And if he says, I'm okay in a certain position, the owner ain't going to go and spend money, are they? Simple as that. But he wanted Darwin Nunez. That was a Jurgen Klopp transfer from what we're hearing. He desperately wanted Darwin Nunez. They went and splashed that, put down £64 million down payment straight on him. So it just shows FSG will spend money if Jurgen wants them players. And the midfielders, look, Jurgen came out and called Oxlade-Chamberlain world class last season. You know,
facts.
He said he wanted Milner to stay for another year. He was desperate for Milner to stay. He loves Henderson. Henderson is Jurgen Klopp on the football pitch to him. He's his manager on the football pitch. That's why Hendo stays. And he trusts Hendo. And he loves Keita. That's why Keita's getting a new deal. That's why Keita's getting a new deal, because Klopp sees something in him. So, although I still wouldn't have any other manager in world football because I love Jurgen, I can understand people's frustrations. I can. I really do.
And can I just say the same? I wouldn't as well. When I ultimately get off of this, Klopp's I'm gonna go upstairs and Klopp's gonna beat me because he is my dad. But I still don't think that, like, as long as man breathes the same as us, do you know what I mean? Cops on the toilet the same as us, then he's infallible. Like do you know what I mean? We can criticize, like, don't get it twisted. But I don't want anyone else. I don't think that there's anyone else. But I do think that we're not the same. This whole like, oh, we know we're competing and we just want to compete. I think we need to lose that because we are ultimately even when I clocked it and he was like, yo, you know, book your hotels for the chat. He stopped short at, yo, we got this next year. Bundies, man. Like, you know, like that. Like, I understand that you're the manager and you can't, but bro, we are so like.
Same. I have to break it to you, bro.
But
then I have to break it to all the Liverpool fans.
Talk to me.
He will never change.
No, he won't.
Never,
just the way
ever change. It doesn't matter what owners are there. This is Klopp. I'm telling you, bro. His whole character, he's very idealistic about everything, bro. He's not gonna change, bro. When you hear him saying this stuff about Oxen and everyone's trying to make up, like, because there's a thing with the fan base. If Klopp says something and it's something that no one agrees with, and the ones who don't want to criticize him, they try and make out something else that he said, just to make themselves feel better. And no one in our fan base trusts what grown men say. I heard man saying, "Oh, Mane left because he wanted 400,000." He said, "I wanted a new challenge," which means he wanted a new challenge. I can't question
nothing to do about
what he's thinking in his head if that's what he said. And that's the same with Klopp. If Klopp says something, and I'm like, "This is what he means," and he's got loads and loads of past things he said from Dortmund up until Liverpool that just make me think the man is never going to change. And of course, the fan base, no one wants to admit it, but you will outgrow certain things about Klopp, and you because you just will, because you want more and more. And I don't think it's wrong for any fan to want more, and I don't think it's wrong for any fan to be happy with what they've got so far. I don't think it's wrong of Klopp to want to stick with the players he's got, and he feels with himself, with his coaching staff, that they can get the best out of them. Because obviously to him he's got evidence of doing that, and at the same time I don't think there's anything wrong with everyone else saying, well, we don't agree with you. Because even though I love Klopp, I've told man no one gets excited when Naby warms up. When we're struggling and that, and he warms up to come on the pitch, I'm just like, okay, like nothing's going to change in this game. So there's loads of things I don't agree with, but obviously for him, he's come from Dortmund, man, we're robbing his players and that. And now he's come to this club and he's like, oh, I get to keep my players and stuff. I get to spend a bit of money. When he made them statements before about the day I have to spend this much money is the day I don't want to be a manager and all this business. Everyone tried to take it out of context now. Obviously, it was years ago. Inflation happens, innit? So it's a different price to what he's on about. But at the same time, money has to be spent. He probably doesn't even like it. I bet he's got an agreement with FSG already that players for a certain amount of money, I think I can get the best out of them for like 40 to 50 million, 35 to 40 million. And then FSG is like safe. And it was like, there's going to be a point where I might need you to spend this much money on a certain player just because it's just how it is. And
we did that in Darwin.
Yeah, FSG is like safe because anyone who knows business with football, nobody buys a football club to make money. It doesn't work. But somehow, FSG, because they've got Klopp, they've made it work and they ain't about to lose no profit. So they're just like, we'll spend the money every now and again. Everyone is like, FSG's dipped into the pocket now. Yeah, because they've made loads of money off us.
Yeah, so and if you look at FSG as well, they're arguably the best business people in the league as well, owner-wise. I mean, look at the behind-the-scenes stuff. We are one of the best. We are probably, apart from City, because they got so much financial money, they can do whatever they want. But behind the scenes, we are probably the best-run club in the Premier League behind the scenes. Look, we lost our sporting director, Michael Edwards, who's arguably the best sporting director in the Premier League or in Europe, full stop. Julian Wall came in and there's been not an issue. Look at Man United fighting tooth and nail when they got some fat geezer who had a little interview in a pub and gave some players a little, like all the fans in a pub in Spain, a little know-how of what they go by. You know, that's not how we work. Julian Wall came in, smooth transition, get players through the door, contract signs, and things like that, and it keeps going on. Money is there. We're generating more money now. So the Salah contract shows that. The Darwin Nunez buy-sells shows that. Look, Darwin Nunez had one great season. He does look like he's going to be a fabulous player. Is it a risk still? Of course it is. But we're willing to put £64 million down. That just tells you that FSG will give Klopp what he wants if he wants it. And the way Jurgen's looking at it, he thinks he's got enough midfielders to compete next season, and he likes what he's got. If he didn't, then look, we were trying to get Tchouaméni. The Tchouaméni thing was true.
Why?
We
Why?
were trying to get him because he obviously needs someone to cover Fabinho. We haven't got a Fabinho cover in that midfield, and he was obviously asked of Tchouaméni. The Jude Bellingham stuff's real. I honestly think they're trying to get Tchouaméni this season and Jude Bellingham next season.
But the thing is, right? No, Jay, the only thing is going back to what you said, is the reason why I don't believe the Bellingham thing. Because we're run too well as a business. We are actually the best run club business-wise, and it doesn't make business sense to go and get, remember he's English, so you got English tax on it. You got the fact that other than Real Madrid, because I don't think they're going to have any space for him, but there's going to be a plethora of teams that are going to be after him, especially after the World Cup. It doesn't make any sense to not have that tied down. That doesn't seem a Liverpool the way we do things. Do you know what I mean? And the only thing is, and then the thing is like I sit there and I'm like, why would you have gone for Tchouaméni if you think that everything is sufficient within the midfield? It obviously isn't. And if that's the case, you're talking about a Fabinho cover. Do you know who I'm more worried about, Jamie? I'm actually shitting myself. Tell him again, Marvin. Bro,
yeah, man.
the way I'm so because he's a cheat code with us. Our win ratio outrageous with Thiago. You know, like Thiago's so good that him and Fabinho, you can still have a shit third midfielder. Do you know them ones there? Yeah. But we are on crack if we think we're gonna get 30 plus games out of Thiago without there being an injury. That's not on him. That's on us.
Yeah. Yeah, saying that's where I stop. That's usually where I stop myself, to be fair, because I don't ever get too negative. But when I'm feeling positive about the squad, it's usually based on me not thinking about injuries. I don't choose to do that. You know, you just because of the season what's just gone. I forget that it was an anomaly with Keita staying fit and Fabinho staying fit. Fabinho was only out for like 3 games. Yeah, but when it comes to now, I'm like, oh yeah, he can get injured.
He can, but this is Thiago's first real pre-season. This is the only thing I'm going to go on with Thiago. This is his first real pre-season at Liverpool. When he came, it was the middle of a pandemic, moved country. It was that back-to-back season, so there was no real pre-season. Then you had last year, he went and played in the Euros, went to Spain and played, 5 minutes of football, came back late, never had a pre-season. This is actually going to be his first proper pre-season at the club. And, you know, they did it with Matip last year. I thought Matip was always going to be injured. And then last year, Matip had a great pre-season and was fit the whole set. I think he was only missed a game through illness. Otherwise, the man was perfectly fit. So, and with the 5 sub rule next season, I think that's going to be massive as well, keeping Thiago fit. Right. With keeping Thiago fit next season, that 5 sub rule will help.
Do you know what I do think will help us as well, though? I think the World Cup will help us a lot. Because even though we've got a lot of... Yeah, because we've got a lot of players going, when you actually break it down, there's only I think really it'll be Alisson, Fabinho, and not even Fabinho's backup. It'll be Alisson, Nunez, Henderson, because we know Southgate don't really know what he's doing. Those are the real main ones. Other than that,
right, I think Henderson and Trent's backup, to be fair.
Jota will probably play quite a bit.
Jota will play quite a bit. Yeah, you're right. So other than that, do you know what I mean? We've got quite a few men that will probably go, but. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So I think that will do us quite well, especially Salah needs that break, man. Salah needs that break badly. So
Salah's had no international football in the summer. He'll have the winter off. He's going to be different.
Yeah, you're right, Jamie. Pre-season will help. I think last season, the little things that you look at with them games I spoke about at the beginning, there was an issue that the fact that Virgil and Matip were arguably playing themselves back to fitness while the season was going on.
Yeah,
because if you look at them games, I know he wants to blame just the midfield, but I watched that Brentford game, bro, and Virgil was moving mad. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, it took Virgil 12 games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. And that won't happen this season because
he's going to be lethal. Virgil's going to be different next season.
However, does the amount that he's playing worry you? I can't, especially because he is going to be one of the ones. Nunez and Van Dijk. Yeah, in the World Cup.
Oh no, don't bother me.
No, Virgil's all right.
Because even with the fact that I remember people trying to throw out Klopp before. You know, when he got injured, everyone's like, "Oh, he's played 92 games in a row." I'm like, bro, he got took out is while he got injured. He didn't fall apart.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's
people
true.
acting like he got ran into the ground and that.
That was
The way
GBH.
Virgil plays,
That was GBH.
it was,
That was
bro.
GBH.
The way
Yeah,
Virgil plays is very smart, and
Hmm.
in fact, the way he plays is going to help him avoid
Yeah,
most injuries.
does anyone ever see Virgil sweat? Like ever?
Nah, bro. This geezer's got shape of man waves, bro. There's something going on there, bro.
He's different. But I think the best players in their position always play. I look at Ronaldo in his whole career, always played, never subbed, never rested. Messi in his whole career, always played, never rested, never subbed unless he was injured. Virgil,
That's
one of the best
true.
players in the world in his position. Why would you rest him? These
Yeah.
players now are
Yeah.
conditioned so well with their bodies. Look at Mo. Mo is conditioned. He looks like a machine. You know, they can just go. They can just go. They can
Yeah,
feel
saying,
it
does
and-
this feel like a new thing for you? Like, me and James spoke about it before, and I could be wrong in it. Because I know people go crazy about the rotation, but they only seem to go crazy about the rotation when we can't break down a low block or
Low
someone
block,
gets injured.
yeah.
Apart from that, no one
Yeah.
gets it. Because I feel, I could be wrong, but I feel like when I was growing up and I'm watching all these bad boy teams, not just Liverpool, even like the Arsenal team and stuff, I don't remember Henry getting rotated all the time, the way everyone's saying Salah should get rotated. I don't remember
Giggs getting rotated. Like, nah, bro. You was
Nah,
playing.
nah, you know what?
The only
Nah.
rotation I remember
The best
There
players
was
for-
Ferguson
rotation,
Champions
man.
League,
There
Parky
was.
Song, O'Shea, Fletcher. That's it.
Yeah, the best players play. Simple as
Because
that.
Zabiri, you're saying there was, but I honestly cannot remember
Nah,
that Arsenal season.
Here I was.
I don't remember Henry.
It was about the tactics, and so it wasn't rotation for rest. It was rotation for tactics. Because even Solskjaer,
Yeah.
he was like notorious. You know what? We need him now. So that was like his
Champions
thing.
League more than often. Yeah.
Right, but it was always about the tactics. It wasn't about saving man's legs or man was tired. It was about, look, you're on the pitch, you're doing great, or it's not working today. I'm gonna pull you off and I'm gonna hit you with an Origi 95th minute type of thing. So it was always about tactics. So rotation and subs isn't about like resting. I think Klopp got one eye on there might be an injury, and I
Yeah.
can't blame him for that. But now that we got 5 subs, he better be using 3. Because if it ain't working, it's just not working. And he's
Do
holding
you
on
guys
to.
think we even have the talent to rotate for tactics apart from Origi's last minute goals?
Listen, man.
We all love Origi, but let's not lie. Like, there isn't that many of the goals. Like, it feels like, because they're always in massive moments.
No.
Like,
It's
Origi
probably
always
about
scores in
5 to be fair. But what I'm trying to say
Yeah.
is, Klopp think there is, and every fan think there isn't. So I'm not trying to put words in every fan's mouth, but we've outgrown Klopp. Because every fan
That's
is
what I
like,
just
yo,
said. That's what I said. Yeah.
yeah. So every fan is like, nah, what about Thiago? We're not gonna get 30 games out of him. Everyone can see and know that. But Klopp is like, nah, we're fine. We'll use him for 25, and we'll slide Naby in there for 5. We'll put 6
Yeah,
on Curtis.
I agree.
So in Klopp's
Probably
mind,
should
we're
get
great.
Ronaldo if this is the way you want to play, though, isn't it?
Right. So in Klopp's mind, we're great. We're perfect. And Saint is losing sleep because he's like, yo, Thiago ain't gonna cut it enough. So with the
Do you know what?
rotation,
I'm losing my patience, bro. I'm just like, good man, like. I'm already.
man.
I personally think we'll win the league. I'm going to say it right now. I think the World Cup is going to make such a difference. It's going to make such a difference this season. The Premier League is going to be like 2 seasons in one. It's going to be like 2 seasons in one. So if we have to be top of the league by the time the World Cup starts, in my opinion. We're top of the league by the time the World Cup starts. We stay there. Man
There might be
City.
4 teams.
I think Man City will probably have more players playing for their countries at the World Cup than we will.
Yeah,
So they could come back knackered. You know, they could come back absolutely shattered.
The whole starting lineups
and we could have we can have a
Jamie-
mini pre-season. We can have a mini pre-season in the winter. They can go and do warm weather training and stuff like that and get ready. It's going to be. Don't count us out. I think everyone's counting us out a bit too soon, which I find personally I find that a bit mad. I think counting us out is a bit mad. I know they're going to got Haaland, but if they're losing Sterling and not replacing him, I'm sorry, that's making them weaker. I don't care what anyone says. You know, Sterling was a baller for City, and Mahrez, I don't know what's happening with Mahrez, but if Gundogan goes as well, Gundogan wants to play first team football and he ain't getting the minutes at City. He's got a year left on his contract. If Gundogan leaves, they're losing a great player there. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo's only got 1 year left in his contract and he doesn't want to do a renewal. Plus with City, it's weird with City. They got all the money in the world, but they have a wage structure. and they won't go over a certain price on players. They did it with
Yeah,
Aguero. Aguero wanted more money, and they said no, so he left. You know, they do have a wage structure. So
it's a well-run club, though, bro. Because
yeah,
with
yeah,
the amount
exactly,
of like, pull they
exactly.
have, they start. If they
Exactly.
don't have that, they'll get their pants pulled down, bro. Do you know them ones there?
Exactly,
Haaland will be double
exactly.
and that. So no, I agree, man.
I just don't think we should just count
I
Liverpool
feel
out
it. I
straight
feel it
away.
for Saint though, man. When Saint speaks, I can hear it in his voice, man.
Yeah, I can
nah, it's
understand what
rough
he's
on
saying
him.
as well.
And that, bro. I know what it was
Bro,
like,
you
man.
know, bro,
I can
a man
understand
ain't
what
got
he's saying.
hair, you know. Man's bald already, bro.
Nah, me
Like,
too, bro. This is all he's at, bro. You know
you know what I'm
the vibe.
saying? Like, bro, there's not really much. I can't lose much else for this team. Like, you know,
Nah, bro. My hair started to go when Varane was up front, bro. I already know, bro.
Foreign in
Come on,
Jesus
bro.
Hey,
Christ.
guys.
Life, bro.
Hey
But
guys,
you know
I gotta
what?
run, but I wanna
Yeah,
ask
big
you
up to
guys a
Barry.
question before I go.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Question
Before
away.
the question though, I saw a stat that says there's only 3 players that score 100+ goals for Pep, and surprisingly, Sterling was only 4 from Aguero. I don't know if you guys saw that stat.
Sterling's a baller.
Yeah,
Sterling is well underappreciated because they all
Isn't Sterling the all-time? Isn't he third on the list for the all-time goal scorers?
Probably.
yeah.
I think
For
he's
Pep, for Pep.
they all
no
think
for Man
he's,
City altogether. I'm on about. I think he's third.
he's got
Wow.
this money. Sterling's got this
Yeah, but
money.
Zabiri,
man
no one went
thing,
kicking
hasn't
ball
he?
like that before that money, bro. Why are you surprised? Come on, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, trust me. Jimmy
Sterling,
Grimble and them, man,
Sterling,
bro.
Sterling's
Yeah,
a
nah,
very
Sterling
good
is a
footballer.
baller. But my
Yeah.
question for you guys though, I think what we lacking in the middle is a guy coming off the bench that can ruffle some feathers. Do you think
Yeah,
Curtis Jones have reached that level or will get there this season? And you think that's why we went and got Carvalho because he looks saucy. Seeing him coming on must spice up the fans because we're all about that spice, you know.
Yeah,
So
Carvalho's got to be the one.
and Elliot had an element of that. So do you guys think those 3 youth players in the middle, wherever they fit, whether it's an 8 attacking or wherever they fit in the middle, do you think that is enough? And that's where I'll leave you guys.
Big up Zabiri. Thanks for coming in, my man. We'll see
Big
you
up,
later.
man.
anytime,
Jeez,
man,
Zabiri, man. Come on.
Big up, man.
See you later, my man. Yeah, with Elliot, I've said it already. Elliot will start the season. Elliot will start the season in the midfield 3. I've said it. I'm going to keep saying it. The midfield 3 against Fulham will be Elliot, Thiago, and Fabinho. That will be the midfield 3, and I think that's the midfield 3 Jurgen Klopp is looking at going forward. I've said it well now with the 5 substitution rule. Henderson won't play many 90-minute matches next season to prolong his career, just to prolong his Liverpool career. I don't see him play many games. Elliot will start the season like he did last season. Klopp loves him. He will start the season. Curtis Jones, I think this is Curtis Jones' last season personally. If he doesn't show what he's got this season, Klopp might just loan him. It all depends what we do next summer in transfer market. Because
I think the reason why he plays the way he does is because of Klopp. To be honest, bro.
Yeah, Klopp doesn't give him the freedom. I've said this before. I think Curtis Jones would actually look really good in City's midfield because he'd look way better. Because he'd get far more freedom to do what he wants. I've said this time before. Curtis Jones is a very good footballer, but Curtis Jones plays on freedom. He needs to know he can just do what he wants without getting, bollocked at for doing what he wants. Where Klopp wants him to be. Our midfield is all about being super defensive. Get the ball back as quick as you can. Functional. Get the ball back as quick as you can. And then release it to the forward players. I've said this before. When we look at creativity, I know all us fans, we crave creativity in our midfield. Me and Savage have said, I've said this to Savage before. I think Klopp sees creativity different to what we do. I think Klopp sees creativity as winning the ball back really quickly. From the midfield to win the ball back really quickly and then get the ball off as fast as they can to the forward players. I think that's what Klopp sees as creativity. Where we see creativity is someone like Coutinho, get the ball on the edge of the box, find a 10-yard pass in behind the back of the line and get a shot off.
That would make Jota one of our most creative players, then, isn't it?
But that's what I think Klopp sees as creativity. I mean, if you look at Klopp's reign at Liverpool and look at the way the midfield is played, look at what he did with Gini. Gini at Newcastle and Holland for the Netherlands is an attacking midfielder. He's a bloke who gets in the end of the crosses, gets in the box, gets shots away. At Liverpool, Klopp made him more. Yeah, and at Liverpool, Klopp made him more of a defensive-minded midfielder that got the ball back, played it simple, or played it to the wide men, or got it straight into the forwards, and that was it. And he didn't move from position. So he passed it, kept his position, didn't follow it on. I think that's what Klopp sees. And that's why when everyone's saying we need this and this and this in midfield, unless Klopp wants to change the way he wants to tactically play, you're not going to see these players because it wouldn't work. But that's what I'm saying. It seems creativity different to what we do.
Because what you're saying about Wijnaldum, when we spoke about this, about him playing for Netherlands and then playing for Liverpool at the same time, and they're like two different players. The proof of that is the Champions League when he came on and scored them goals. He played how he played for Holland in them games. That's just because he said, "Big man, you didn't start me." He told everyone after the game. He said, "I was pissed." Even while everyone's celebrating, he said, "I'm angry at the manager because he didn't start me." And then he just ran in the box and done his thing. And like anyone who watched Jones at the beginning of his Liverpool career, first team and then in the youth squad, this geezer picks up the ball, takes someone on, and shoots. And he was doing it all the time, and then done it in like the first game against Everton. And then they've changed his game, innit? And if you're not good at doing that, not everyone can change their game. Some people are just built a certain way. And then it's like, he's holding on to the ball for too long, and he looks indecisive with certain things. Yeah. And I think he's indecisive because I think there's a struggle with him in his head. Like, do I do what I want to do, or do what I've been told to do? And
exactly.
I think it's a problem, man.
Because he's young, he wants to impress. But to do the way he wants to impress is play his natural game. But Klopp wants him to play a certain way in his midfield. That's just the way it is. You've got to listen to your manager at the end of the day. Your boss tells you you want something done that way, you do it that way if you want to play. But I just don't think that's Curtis's natural game, and I think that's why he might struggle. And that's why players think he looks. Other fans thinks he looks bang average because he's doing things he doesn't actually want to do.
The funny thing is, though, his first full season for Liverpool, other fans didn't think he looked bang average. Even when I spoke to them, there was like, that Curtis player is good for you, and that's because he just come into the squad. Like, the reason why I don't think he should go, and the reason why I don't think he will go, is because I think one is a Scouser and is a Liverpool fan, so I think he's got the understanding of, first of all, this is the best club he's ever going to play for. Let's be honest, he's never going to go to a bigger club than Liverpool, and there ain't many out there anyway. And if he's willing to sit on the bench and take spots where he can, if he can make the League Cup his own, because he was good in the League Cup before, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if he can make the League Cup his own and the FA Cup games, then Klopp will have to see and go, listen, this is what he's doing. And if he can't make the League Cup and FA Cup games his own, then he's not good enough on it. That for me, that's where the youngsters shine. Even Carvalho, even Elliott, if they can't, when they get them cup games, when they've got a solid run and they're not getting brought on as a sub, if they can't make themselves shine against flipping Luton and Grimsby and all these teams, you're not good enough for Liverpool, and get out on it. I don't care. That's just simple. But if you're good enough, then you're good enough, bro. That's why man keep talking about the pressure for Carvalho. Yes, social media wise and people slandering man if they don't have a good game, that shouldn't happen. But apart from that, I'm not trying to lick on man him like he's some baby. Like, he's old enough to have a kid. If you play for Liverpool, you need to be good enough on it. We signed you, bro, for a reason. So go and do your thing, man. And I think he will. I think he will do his thing. Carvalho, I'm not worried about him at all. This
he's got to be different.
He's the guy still. Yeah.
Before I get Saint's opinion, I just need to search some super chat. So Ash, he threw this in earlier. Big up to you, Ash. I don't know if you're still around in the chat, but we're talking about it. So Italian teams have been legally doping for 25 years. What we doing is legal. Doping to what most German teams do is legal. The amount of testosterone boosters, you think Haaland got that big naturally at Dortmund? I mean, have you seen some of the Dortmund players? Yeah, it's just.
To be fair, though, Haaland's dad's the size on it.
Haaland's he's a big bloke, and he's just natural. But there's in Germany, especially in Bayern Munich players.
There is one guy that we know. Goretzka looked like he jumped.
Goretzka, he was like a skinny little thing, weren't he? And then he's like hench. It's just like. It's like, yeah, come on, that ain't just natural weights, is it? You ain't got that much time in your day, surely, to do that weights to get that size. So big up Ash as well. But he's right, it's all legal. Nothing's illegally happening here. It's asthmatic inhaler that you can buy from a prescription from a doctor. And as I keep saying, if all this was illegal, Liverpool would have been found out by now. When players have left Liverpool and signed medicals elsewhere, it would have come up. So,
yeah, it would have come up, man.
Exactly. FSG is bigger than Liverpool, 130 years old, question mark, Mr. Sinclair. I think that someone said that. I'm not sure it was, but I don't think they meant it like that. I think it was the outgrowing thing. I think that's what people no, FSG. No one's bigger in the club. LFC, no one's bigger in the club.
That outgrowing thing, what I meant by that is like some fans, the way they think about football and the way they want their manager to be and stuff like that. I'm just saying that because Klopp's never going to change. If you can't get on board with how he thinks and stuff like that, then you have outgrown him. It doesn't mean you don't like him anymore, but you just outgrown the way he plays and stuff like that because he's not going to change. Like Mourinho never changed, and people outgrew him. It's just what happens.
Exactly. So Ash says here, Saint, do you think? I think it's a question of Saint when he's on. I think Saint's having phone troubles.
Yeah,
big up Saint. Do you think if Klopp leaves, FSG are going to get a manager like Conte, or will they get a Poch or a Potter with the same philosophy?
Poch.
No, I can tell you he's
Poch
going
or
to be
Potter.
Liverpool. I can tell you he's going to be Liverpool manager, and he's our number 2 right now.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. Pep Linders.
It'll be Pep Linders. Pep Linders wants to be a manager. He will be the Liverpool manager, and it might be that sort of thing where he's manager for a couple of years till Stevie's ready, and then Stevie comes in. Let's face it, he's going to be Liverpool manager, Stevie. You know, it's just
the other two there though. Conte couldn't work under FSG.
No.
He'll start calling them out in press conferences when he don't get his own way.
It just wouldn't.
I think he
work.
would be good. Nobody would agree to it, but Potter would be good for Liverpool.
Potter would be great
because Potter would be grateful to have the Liverpool job.
Yeah,
you seen what he's done with Brighton, the style of play. Let's be honest, Brighton only fall off just because the talent isn't there, but they're really good.
Yeah, he's made average players that are very good.
yeah. So I think but it's just
now Potter's good for Potter. I wouldn't be surprised if Potter's England coach after Southgate. I wouldn't be surprised. Potter would do a far better job, in my opinion. I know everyone says England got to a semi-final.
Have man like Trossard up front for us, man.
Yeah, England got to a semi-final and a final under Southgate. We're all being a bit harsh. Look at the roots to them.
Context is needed, man. We have Panama in our group, bro.
You got to look at the roots to them things, you know what I mean? And when we played a decent team, we folded, you know. And that Italian team under Roberto Mancini weren't great, by the way.
No,
wasn't absolutely what they didn't even qualify for the World Cup.
Man.
They didn't even qualify for the World Cup.
Only Chiesa was balling out, and what's his? I can't remember what his name is now. Come to me in a bit, but
Chiesa, basically, and Barella.
There was other geezer, the one who got injured. He's a baller, man.
Oh yeah. It was Barella, wasn't it? The one that got
injured. No, there's another one.
Remember.
Yeah, Chiesa got injured after the World Cup.
Yeah, Chiesa was different class, wasn't he? He was different class. But yeah, England should have won that game.
You think about Man U fans? Yeah, there must be a. Don't you think it's obviously they got rid of Solskjaer, and the whole time they had Solskjaer, they were saying they wanted Poch, and then PSG had said mid-season that Spinazzola, that's who he is, and then the whole season everyone was saying like Poch is leaving PSG. They wanted him, they get Ten Hag in, and then PSG get rid of Poch anyway, and now he's a free agent, and he could have been the Man U manager, and they would have preferred that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, man. I can actually see Poch at Liverpool. It's very similar to Klopp in a way, so I can understand. Who do you
think he'll go to? I'm trying to think of the teams now who I think they might lose their manager at some point.
Arsenal.
You don't know with Poch if
Arsenal.
That'll be funny.
If Arsenal don't get in the top 4 next season, how long do you stick with Arteta?
Yeah, the only thing is I can't see him dealing with Kroenke after he had to deal with Levy. He had to deal with Levy and he had to deal with Kroenke.
They're saying that Levy's actually spending money and Kroenke's are spending money, so it's weird.
Yeah, Poch must be pissed, man. He must be thinking, hold on, I tried to get you to spend money. And Tony's got a good point. Poch to Newcastle. Although, I will say, I'm not on board with disrespecting Eddie Howe because
he's done a great job, hasn't he?
People have literally mugged him off to the point where they're like, yeah, Eddie Howe's not going to be their manager soon. They'll get rid of him. And I'm like, he came in and I think they finished 9th or something.
Yeah. And they didn't win a single game before he came in.
And then I think up until January, they on form. It was Liverpool, Newcastle, and Man City. So yeah, he's a good manager, man.
Big up, Mr. Sinclair. Once again with your super chat, my friend. I really do appreciate it. We'll agree to disagree. Klopp's getting smaller for Liverpool was Siberia around between 2010 and 2015. Same model. Anyone need reminding? I have receipts. Big up, Mr. Sinclair. Big up, Mr. Sinclair. Yeah, unfortunately, Siberia ain't around to answer that now, my friend. But thank you very much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, this has gone off on one, but yeah, I mean, the whole Klopp, FSG, I understand everyone's situation. I understand the situation, but Klopp's our manager and Klopp will not change. He just won't. He's the way he is. And as I always say with Jurgen, just listen to him when he ain't talking about football.
Yeah, I do as well, man.
He's a very liberal fella, and he talks about football the same way as he talks about normal life. You get him in when he has a conversation about, you see his conversation about pride and politics and all that. He's done interviews for on the channel.
Christian guy, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's very left wing. He's very liberal, and he has them same views in football. These football views in life, they're totally the same. I mean, so you have what you got, guys. It's just the way it is that, and I still wouldn't swap him for anything. The
reason why I would never get to the point of outgrowing Klopp, because he's been our manager for a while now, and he's not really changed since anyway. I know Saint was right with the fact that, like, obviously your goals and that should change the better you get, obviously, because you go from trying to get top 4 to trying to get Premier League and stuff. But if you ever hear Klopp when the season starts and that, top 4 is the first thing he mentions before the Prem. Which means to me that, like, I know people don't like it. I told people this, FSG and not football fans. They want Klopp just to get top 4. Everything else after that is amazing.
Yeah.
Because for the wage structure, for the money, for their profit, as long as they don't fall out of the Champions League, they're fine. But that's why they wanted the Super League, because it made it easier.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, if we had the Super League, we'd be buying everyone. Because the money involved in that Super League, they would have just gone, you want...
Exactly.
If we was in the Super League now, so the Super League happened last season when it should have, and we was in it, Salah's contract would have been done last year, because the money involved would have just been there. But that's what they want. They actually do want the clubs to succeed. They want the club to succeed, but they can't write checks similar to Man City. It's as simple as that. And if you do that, you're going to put your club in massive trouble. So when people say they don't love the club, they don't have to love the club. They have to love their business, what they're doing.
Yeah, that's my point.
And
thank you.
And that's what they're doing. So you don't run a business. When it comes to FSG. You run a business professionally, right? Yeah. You run a business professionally. If you've got another person who's got another business, but they're far richer than you are and can write checks you can't afford, you can't just go and compete with them writing the same checks, because it puts your business at jeopardy. That makes no sense. Yes. So you have to do it in another kind of way.
As long as you're making profit and they're making profit, it doesn't really bother you, does it?
You're winning. Both of you are winning. Exactly.
McDonald's and Burger King. Burger King's not bothered about McDonald's because they're at a point where they're making their money anyway. As soon as you start looking at McDonald's, of course, you're going to be like, well, maybe we should start doing this because this isn't fair, which would be Liverpool. It's like there's so many examples of, like, if you're not looking across the road, you're not looking to the other city and what they're doing. Yeah. We're kind of fine, and everyone kind of agrees, because if you take Man City out of everyone's head, everyone's like, "Yeah, we like the way the club's being run and stuff like that."
Yeah, exactly. And a comparison between McDonald's and Burger King, if you look at it, McDonald's is the biggest franchise brand in food or whatever.
It's one of the biggest in the world. It's only like Apple who's bigger.
Yeah, their franchise name is out of this world, right? Yeah. It's massive. You can't compete with them on a level, but Burger King's nicer.
Which is Burger King would be Liverpool's football.
Yeah.
And the oil money is because McDonald's not the most legit.
No. The film is amazing. Everyone should go and watch it.
If you watch The Founder, you'd know
Michael Keaton, great film.
Yeah. So it's kind of like it's a weird thing, man, but that's kind of how it is, bro. And I'm not telling any football fan how to think. I'm only trying to offer my advice. But I just think when you think of FSG and you want to talk about FSG, you're gonna have to think from a business standpoint. You're doing your own head in thinking about FSG. When people say FSG should put their hands in their own pockets and that, I'm like, have you ever run a business? Because it makes zero sense to do that. Why would I just not take the money that I've earned from something else? This doesn't make any sense to do it in my own pocket. Totally. The money in my own pocket's for my house, my yacht, my kids, my missus, my boat. This is nothing to do with the business. That's why John Henry and FSG are not the same thing. No, John Henry is the guy and he has a net worth. FSG is the company, they have a net worth, and there's more than one person who works for them. You know what I mean? That's why the baseball, that's why Boston's part of the, you know what I mean? It's all different things. So.
WWE is worth more than Vince McMahon's worth.
Way more.
Like Vince sold WWE tomorrow for like $6 billion. Vince is not worth $6 billion.
$6 billion, exactly.
It's just you know, stakeholders and stuff like that. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. And City's owners are just trillionaires. They can't look what money City have spent this summer transfer window already. They probably made back in 24 hours in the bank.
Jay, put it this way: they don't have like Officially online, they don't have a net worth.
No, because you can't count it.
It says
Exactly.
undisclosed.
Yeah, so when you
There you
go
have it,
richest
bro.
man in the world is Jeff Aspos at Amazon, you know, he's nowhere near what a City and a Newcastle owner is worth, really, because they can't
these like
count it
princes and
because
stuff. The Newcastle
because
one's even more ridiculous
because it's
a
oil
consortium
money.
of
They can't
billionaires.
count it. It's madness. It's madness, the money that's involved. But big up, Jack. How you doing, my friend? Big up, lads. Want this league title so much this coming year. Hit the ground running. And who do you think will be the surprise team in the Prem this year?
Oh, good question. That
I don't know, actually, because I was going to say Newcastle, but would that be a surprise now?
it would be a surprise still, I think, because
It depends where they finished. Yeah.
They finished 9th, I think.
If they can
And that was
finish
from-
9th, 8th, 7th next season, that'd be success.
Or if they finish 9th with being more comfortable, because last season they were 17th first, they
Yeah.
got to 9th, then that's a success. If they get into the Europa League, that's massive.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know about Thingy, you know. West Ham's a weird one because they haven't fell off for the last 2 years, maybe 3. They were good in lockdown.
yeah,
They were good last year.
Yeah.
And I know that they haven't got what they want, but if they can become a
they can keep that
regular-
position.
yeah, because they're not in the Europa League, are they? They missed out.
They're in
a spot,
a
didn't they?
they're in a conference, I think.
Conference. I don't know.
They could
need
win
another
that.
goal scorer and an attacking midfielder, and they're good.
Yeah,
to go
that's the
again.
thing, and
They're a solid
they've
team.
not really done anything. That's my only way for West Ham. Their owners are a bit funny, ain't they? And
Yeah, Jay, how are we going into another season with Bowen at West Ham? Can somebody explain this to me?
he's such a good footballer. Some people don't rate him, you know. Some people don't.
I think
actually
Danny
rate
Dyer's
him.
keeping him there. You know, I'm not joking.
Some people
He's
don't
dating his
actually.
daughter and that.
Yeah,
People don't rate him.
some people don't rate him. I've met some Liverpool. I think there's some Liverpool fans in this chat. Maybe not the ones in here now, but
Hey, listen,
I've had
I ain't
people in
gonna
the
lie,
chat
man.
that don't rate Bowen.
No disrespect to you and that, but if you don't rate Bowen, then there's, we're gonna have to have words, man. I don't understand.
Yeah,
To be fair though, that was the same with me and you mentioned Madison. I seen a few people in the chat not rating him, and I'm like, I don't
Madison's
get
different.
it.
I've said it. Madison's better than Grealish. I've said it many times.
I've always thought he was, to be fair.
He's got a better output. He's got a better output.
People forget what McGinn was doing in that Villa squad. That's why they make it seem like Grealish done everything, but no McGinn, no party, bro. Trust me.
Oh yeah. McGinn was the defensive output that Grealish did what he did. Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was banging in goals from outside the box.
Yeah, McGinn's a good little footballer as well. Everyone forget.
Yeah.
It's good. It's not sexy to be a British footballer. It's as simple as that. It's just not. Look, Robbo, Peoples came from Hull for 8 mil, and you know, under Klopp is arguably the best left back in world football, and he's Scottish. You know what I mean? It's just, you can be a tremendous footballer being British. I know people don't think it, but you can be.
That's why when people keep talking about this Nunez thing, I'm like, at least give the man a chance. There's no point saying anything because, like you just said, Robertson came from Hull, and that's the best left back. Tony's in the chat trying to troll, man. Or I don't know who you're trolling either, because are you trying to call? Because it's kind of, I don't know if you've been disrespectful to Milner but like techie, he called him a techie Milner, bro. But like, C-Tech Milner, he said. Nah, man. Have some respect for Milner first. Have some respect for James Milner in his career, because you're trying to judge man at this age when he's still doing stuff, and then have some respect for Bowen as well, because he's got different.
Oh, hang on, Ash. He just said, Ash, another super chat. Big up, Ash, my friend. Inter have scammed Chelsea for 90 million, and they have trolled Chelsea, giving a Lukaku the 90 shirt. Elite shithousery. That is.
Did you see Lukaku's
beautiful
picture as well?
No, I've not.
He's got a picture doing like one of them shy faces.
Oh!
Like trolls, man.
That is beautiful. I love Inter Milan for that. That's just beautiful. They gave him the number 90 shirt. Inter Milan are laughing. They are laughing. They got 90 million for him. Then they get him back on loan for 9 million.
Mate, they'll go win the league, you know. I'm not even joking, bro.
That is. I think Lukaku suits Italian lifestyle.
He does.
I think he just suits the lifestyle.
Did you see Ramy in the AC Milan top yesterday?
It don't look right, does it?
Nah, man.
It don't look right. I'm not having
the weirdest thing about looking at Rigi is looking at how young he still looks, and that it's like, geez, man, it feels like
he's only 26, ain't he?
My son came in the room, saw him in the AC Milan top, and said, "Buy him back."
Buy him back. I love Rigi. You can't go wrong, man. You can't go wrong.
Oh yes, Mr. Sinclair's right. I keep forgetting that Pogba's gone Juve.
Yeah.
Massive
Juve as well. Pogba
Massive
100 million. Yeah, didn't they get him on a free?
Yeah.
So they sold him for 100 mil, and then 7 years later, getting back on the
People
free.
need to watch out for them in the Champions League. True, Don
And
just
he-
said it. They got Pogba and Di Maria.
Yeah, and how old's Di Maria? Di Maria, it seems like he must be about 40.
To
by
be fair
now,
to
but
Di Maria, he's actually never fell off. Like
he's always
even
been
in international football, he balls
consistently fantastic his whole
up.
career.
Yeah,
hasn't he?
yeah.
How old is he now? He's got to be in his 30s, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's like 32,
Surely.
I think.
Yeah. No, he's a good player, Di
Man, the
Maria.
same age as Tony Cruz and that, I think.
He was part of the PSG front three, wasn't he, last season? Was it last season? And he was arguably their better player as well. He's one. Everyone talks about Neymar, but I thought Di Maria was more consistent than Neymar.
Di Maria was born in '88, so he's 34, isn't it?
34.
Mm.
But
You know that
I don't think age matters now, as it used
you know
to.
that like you know when he left Real Madrid.
Mm.
This is the thing. Yes, in they got rid of him because he was ugly. I'm not joking.
Really? I mean, Real Madrid-
I'm not joking because I think it was when Adidas became their sponsor again.
Yeah.
They didn't want him on the
Real Madrid is so marketable, though, ain't they? They got to put pretty faces in them shirts, ain't they?
yeah. So why the hell
So
did
yeah.
he get Bale then?
Yeah, Bale, Jesus Christ! That's why I didn't play him.
Yeah, that's what.
That's why they didn't play him. They just put Ronaldo and Isco and all that in the bloody.
PSG advert's funny because they've got.
That's
all,
why you see Isco a lot in all the advertisement, but he never
yeah.
plays.
You
You
see
see him everywhere because he's a good-looking lad, but he never plays football. So that's why.
If you look at the PSG, their latest was it the kit thingy? All the players on their poster don't start. It's all like Draxler and all that, bro.
It's all the pretty
They
boys.
look good in the kit, but it's like Draxler and Icardi and all these guns. I'm like, yeah.
It's all the good-looking guys. Yeah, don't get Cardi around your wife.
And
you know.
Icardi and his wife, they're a mess. They are, man. They are an absolute mess, man.
Jack says Ozil stood no chance.
Yeah, he did it, man. He's thinking now, isn't he? He's going to sign the Fortnite e-game contract.
And he got he's got a Fortnite contract now, isn't he?
He's going to. That's his new thing now. He's going to be a gamer.
I don't know.
That's hilarious, man.
What age should you stop playing Fortnite at?
I don't start, man. I play it with my son, man.
Yes, all right. You're playing with your son.
I would say people are getting paid millions of pounds for it now. So
it's mad, ain't it? I just don't feel
that's
comfortable as a 40-year-old playing Fortnite on my own when I know most of the people playing this are like
never know,
12-year-old
man.
kids.
One day you might play Fortnite on a stream, and all of a sudden it bangs, and next thing you know, Jamie's got like weekly Fortnite videos coming. That's what's happened to people, man.
Well, my sister, sorry, my daughter Penny, she's just got into Roblox. She's been wanting to play Roblox for ages, yeah. She's only 5, obviously, but all her friends at school must play Roblox, so have it on their mum's phone or something like that. So I put it on my phone yesterday. And the problem with it, because it's free world, you can go around everywhere, can't you? Just talk to people. I went to Laura, I went with my wife last night. I went, yeah, this is a nice little game. I can see why she wants to play it, but I don't know how old these people are. You know, you got this person that wanted to talk to her, right?
Most of them are older.
Because I was using it, so they didn't know who it was. So I'm using it.
Most of them are older, Jay.
Yeah, and I'm like, and this bloke in the game came up and said like, "Oh, do you want to be friends and all that?" Well, no. How old are you?
You can put anything on Roblox. You can download anything on there.
It's just mad, but she liked it. She liked building her own house. She got her own house and decorating all that sort of stuff. So I let her play it, but just keep an eye on her because, as I said to my wife, I went, "Look, I'm 40 years old and I'm playing it right now. So how do I not know there's another same geezer doing it as well?" It's just a bit dodge, ain't it? These online, free online games. These free online games. It's madness. I thought Fortnite was sex night. Fortnite is just ridiculously big, ain't it? It's just massive.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Is it PUBG?
PUBG, yeah.
PUBG's a more real life looking one, ain't it?
I remember thinking when Fortnite came out, I remember thinking it's going to fall off soon. Nope.
It's massive. Nope. It's even bigger now, isn't it? It's just huge.
Very smart. They gave everyone the game for free.
Yeah.
And they made you buy all the skins, bro.
Do you reckon that's how it's going to go? Do you reckon that's how it's going to go eventually?
Yeah.
Every single game eventually is going to be for free, but then you have to buy in part things while you get the game. Because at the moment in time, it pisses me off. You buy a £50 game and you have to buy
FIFA 60 quid. Just the regular one without Ultimate Team and all the like added on stuff. You pay for the FIFA 60 quid and then you go and buy like a certain amount of FIFA points. You've already paid the money back for how much it was worth anyway.
Yeah. So just do
like
it for
Fortnite's free, and if you ask the average kid over the last Even if you just take 5 years, how much money's been spent on Fortnite? I guarantee you, most parents have spent about, I'd say, between £800 and £1,000
Yeah.
every time, man. Because they just keep bringing it out, cycling it. Smart business, man.
Yeah, totally. So breaking news, Mr. Sinclair, big up to you. Liverpool have agreed 17 million fee with Nottingham Forest and Nico Williams.
Decent price, man.
Decent business.
Very decent business.
Yes, Lakers, the Sims. That is one I might actually like because she likes that sort of thing.
Sims legend.
She likes that sort, and Sims is a great game. I used to love that. It was so addictive when that first came out.
Yeah,
we need more snooker games. Tony, do you know what? I used to love snooker games. I love snooker.
Me too.
So I love snooker. I used to love. Do you know? Everyone remember Jimmy White snooker?
Yeah. Come on.
And everyone trying to get a 147 on it. That was the main aim to try and get a 147. Fucking impossible. Never buying game stuff. If you, I never get it. I buy a £50 game and then they tell me I've got to spend 20 quid to get this to keep playing. I was like,
all I'm saying is, see, Lakers, that makes sense, but that only makes sense if you're playing the game on your own. If you're playing the game where usually you go online with people or you're in a team, there's no way you're not going to spend money on it. I don't spend money on FIFA. I earn all my coins, but my son spends money on it. And as you can see, Jack said that, like,
yeah, Jack's spending shit loads.
I know Jack's spending the big money on FIFA, bro, £70 a month and that, bro, on some. Listen, have fun, man. As long as you can afford it, it's all good. But he's gambling for kids.
Wow, my nephew has spent over 1k in 3 years.
Yeah, that's light work as well.
It sounds like it's easily done as well. To be fair,
it is easily done, bro. Especially what they do is as well, Jay. Once you put your card details into the Xbox or PlayStation, geez, man, the kids don't respect it. It's just a button.
No, they don't give a shit, do they? They're like, oh, the card's already now. Just press buy. That's it. It's just done. No, it's just that's just madness. I just don't get it. Like when I play FIFA, I don't play that. I just play career mode. I'm not really into the online stuff on FIFA. It gets too personal. It gets too personal. Yeah,
I play pro clubs and then Ultimate Team sometimes, but
it gets too personal though. And then people have a paddy and like disconnect their internet when you're beating them or something like that. It's like I just want to play a game. Jesus Christ! Like you're winning 4-0 and like fucking had enough of this, and they turn it all off and you can't finish the game. You have to win by forfeit, and you don't get the goals you scored. No, not having that. Can't now. Have I missed a super chat, Mr. Sinclair? Sorry, my man. Let me find it. I read. Oh, thank you. Cheers, Mr. Sinclair. Really appreciate any updates. So anyone who don't know about Penny before we leave, anyone don't know about Penny, so she was meant to have her operation on Monday. So it would have been her first operation. So the way it's worked is because her head is here and her ears on her, and the thing is, it's fused there. She can't actually move it there. So her head stays there. So you think about that. She lives like that. She eats like that, breathes like that, drinks like that, walks around. I don't know how she does it. And then because of that, her spine is like over and curved and it's mad. So everything's like this, you know? Yeah. Everything's out of line. And but you wouldn't know it if you met her. She don't you know, she's beautiful. And then so the first operation to do was to put a halo on her head. So they put in like 8 holes in her skull and put a halo on her head. And then with weights, that attaches to her bed, and then that pulls her head up straight. Yeah, but she has to then lay in bed for 2 weeks. Yeah, she can do stuff like watch TV, do play toys, watch a tablet, stuff like that, because they can move her up and down in the bed, so they can eat and stuff like that. It's just boredom. It's complete boredom. It's not a painful thing or anything like that. It's just utter boredom. And then after that, they then will go do the surgery that fuses. Like they do, then they do another a movement in her head. So they might have her head in this position. The next one, they might move it a little bit more, wait another 2 weeks. And then eventually they take that out and they fuse the neck. It would never be 100% straight. It might be off kilt a little bit like that, but improves her life immensely. And that was meant to happen on Monday and go for about 50 days to 6 weeks. She'd be in hospital for, then she'd be home. But they got there. My wife and that went on Sunday night because you have to go the night before. You have to have bloods and all that the night before. So they settled in the night before. Woke up the next day. My daughter was proper happy and excited. She already knew it was going to be a long journey. Yeah. It's going to be bought, but she was up for it. She couldn't wait. And they came to her. They're getting her ready. They told her she's first on the list. So she was go down straight away in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then they come up to Lauren and said, look, 2 nurses have got COVID. We're going to have to shut down most of the ICU, the children's ICU, because that's where she would have gone for her recuperation after.
Yeah.
So they shut it down because 2 nurses got that. And because 2 nurses got that, they're also then understaffed. And then they couldn't find another bed for in any children's ICU in London.
Jesus. Man.
So they had to cancel it. And now it's apparently around the 15th of August. That is hopefully the latest. They said they might call us and have an earlier booking, but I very much will doubt it. Very much will doubt it. It'll probably be around the 15th of August. And hopefully it stays that. But the thing is then, she's going to miss the start of school.
Yeah.
She goes into year 1. She's done reception. She's going to go into year 1. And that's a proper, when you go into year 1, that's proper school now, ain't it? And she's going to miss that. She probably won't go to school till after the October half term. So, yeah.
Big up Penny, man. Listen, it'd be nice if you could she's going to need a holiday, man. Big up Penny, man.
She's going to definitely need a break. Definitely need a break. Man. Yeah, we're looking into stuff for her.
She's a G still. It's bad enough going through them kind of things as an adult, man. But as a kid,
exactly.
They're a little bit more resilient than us, emotionally.
Far more resilient. Yeah. I'm just glad it's happening now, where she probably won't remember it too much when she's older, which is a good thing. But when it happens, what we're going to do, we're going to do like a daily vlog on Penny, because I know a lot of people are interested. Are interested. So my wife is. Because my wife's going to be at the hospital more than I am, because I'm going to be at home with the other 2. Someone's got to look after. I've got the other 2 to look after, so we have to split ourselves up, unfortunately. But it's the way it is, isn't it? So she's going to video and do a little bit of a vlog, and then send it to me, and I can put it up on the channel for people to check out and stuff like that. Because I know everyone's got an interest in her and everything. So yes, guys, we're going to leave it there. I've got a new show tomorrow, so I've got a Q&A tomorrow, guys. So you guys can come in and ask me any question you want. I don't care what the question is. Ask me anything you want. And then on Saturday night, I'm going to have to get the lads involved. I ain't spoken to anyone about it yet, but I'm going to do a debate show Saturday night. We're going to do Omri versus Suarez.
Oh, it's coming. I knew it was coming eventually, bro.
Omri versus Suarez. Career versus career. Player versus player. I'm thinking of doing more of these versus debates, Gerrard versus Lampard, and then get a Chelsea fan on as well, and Ronaldo versus Messi. These kind of versus debate shows, I think, could be quite fun. Get people's different opinions on it. So that's good. So Savage, you're up for that Saturday night. You're more welcome. So guys, if anyone wants to get involved in that on Saturday night, just let me know. If people got my number, WhatsApp me. If DM me on Twitter, the score, guys. If everyone wants to get involved, big up Stubbsy. Thank you very much. Cheers, Jody.
Yeah, Stubbs. He was asking about thumbnails, just Jay. So just send him to the same website I give you.
Oh, can I? Yeah. I will do.
Yeah. Stubbs, he'll send you the link, and then
I'll WhatsApp
some templates and that on there. Yeah,
I'll WhatsApp you in a minute, man. Yeah, because it's the best place. My ones are far better now. That when you get the pro, best one. I think I'll pay for the pro bit, which is $9.99 a month, but it's worth it. It's worth it because you get more stuff. You can remove backgrounds and stuff like that, and all that. It's much better. I'll let you know, Steve. I'll call you. Jack said I spent my first 16 years life in Hell the Hay. Stay strong, mate. Big up, Jack. Hell the Hay, another great hospital as well. Yes, Jack. If you want to get involved Saturday night, let me know, Jack. Just give me let me know, mate, and I'll send you the link for Saturday night. Let's hope she can make recovery and be an inspiration. Yeah, she's amazing. And I've told her all the messages you guys have sent her. She loves it. She actually wants to come on and say some things. So I might do another video of her. So look out for that. And big up Jack. Yeah, Jack, if you want to come in on Saturday night, I'm going to get some others involved. Should be a good show. Omri versus Suarez. I'll do the thumbnail later and all that. So look out for that, guys. And I'll be back tomorrow for Q&A. And I forgot to tell everyone, I was on Twitch while we were streaming here today as well. So if you want to go and follow me on Twitch as well, my link on that is in the description. Go and give me a Twitch follow.
I got my question for your Q&A already, man. I can't wait, man. When you start on Sky Sports, but anyway.
Throw it in tomorrow. Guys, I will see you tomorrow. Big thank you to everyone who enjoyed the show. Savage, thank you very much once again, my friend.
Big up, bro, man.
I'll see everyone tomorrow, 12:30. Peace.